Denham Springs High School football is on the air. Denham Springs High School football broadcast, a John Fine production, on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube. Please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. With Yellow Jackets color commentator Mitch Covington and producer Darren Ferrante, DS Jacket Vision camera operator Chris Ledoux, and station engineer Lamine Figueroa. Here now is your Yellow Jackets play-by-play announcer, Josh Ward.
Good evening and welcome to Yellow Jackets football, Week 8 of this 2025 season, coming to you from Yellow Jacket Stadium for another pivotal District 5-5A matchup as the Prairieville Hurricanes come to Denham Springs. I'm Josh Ward. My pleasure to welcome you into the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. You know, at Sporting Center, they have got everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms. So go see our good friends, Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. All right, as always, we come to you on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe. And we are coming to you live on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Last week, right here from Yellow Jacket Stadium, Yellow Jackets in dominating fashion would defeat Dutchtown by a score of 42-24. That improves the Yellow Jackets to 5-2 overall on the season. They are now 2-1 in district play. And now in comes Prairieville, kind of the surprise team in District 5-5A as of right now, as they come in at 4-3 overall. But they are tied for first right now in district play with East Ascension at 3-1. So the Yellow Jackets have an opportunity here tonight to knock off another team tied for first, as the Yellow Jackets right now stand, they are a half game behind in the district race. And as Coach Beard says, that is a big point of emphasis for this team to try to win a district title. All right, got a lot to get to before kickoff, which should be about 7 o'clock. We will have our weekly interview with head coach Brett Beard. As usual, we will have John Fine with Lady Jacket Hoops coach. That will be Coach Rudy Smith. They talked earlier in the week, so we will have that interview for you as well. Then we will get you ready for kickoff with James Drugstore starting lineups and Mitch Covington's keys to the game. Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes from Yellow Jacket Stadium, District 5-5A contest. We are back after this timeout on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Your local sporting goods store is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Sporting Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Sporting Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Sporting Center, more than just a sports store.
Sunshine Cleaners is a family-owned dry cleaning business that has operated in the greater Baton Rouge area since 1995. Let Sunshine Cleaners' knowledgeable, professional, and friendly staff take care of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Whether you drop off or they pick up at your home or office, Sunshine Cleaners makes it easy and convenient. Sunshine Cleaners, Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs, with locations at Walker and Baton Rouge. Visit sunshinecleaners.net.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Use Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Michon and Associates General Contractors, Sport Clips, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
And we do welcome back in to the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes of Prairieville here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It will be a pivotal District 5-5A matchup. We'll get to that here in just a moment. But great to have you along here with us again at YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, Family Radio 91.9 FM, and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. All right, as we look at last week, it was a dominating performance by the Yellow Jackets again as they would defeat Dutchtown by a score of 42-24, and offense continues to roll here for the Yellow Jackets. And as always, we thank offensive coordinator Ryan Fournier for providing us with the stats throughout the season. But John Goldman, another stellar night, as we had talked about the week before. Last week, he went 14 of 20 for 222 yards, averaging 11.1 yards per attempt. He had 3 touchdowns. Longest pass of the night was 46 yards. Yellow Jackets ran the ball great as well. They had 223 yards on 39 attempts, averaging 5.7 yards per carry, and they had 3 touchdowns there. Top performance for the Yellow Jackets in the run game. John Goldman, your quarterback, had 10 carries for 88 yards and 1 touchdown. Britton Paul, 15 carries for 81 yards. He had 2 touchdowns on the night. And Tanner Kerner added 38 yards on 7 carries. Receiving totals for the Yellow Jackets, as mentioned, 222 yards, 3 touchdowns. There was 2 drop passes, but Hayden Ray caught 5 receptions for 86 yards. Sean Goldman, 3 receptions, 2 Goldman-to-Goldman connections there, 52 yards on the night with those 2 touchdowns. And Britton Paul in the receiving had 3 receptions for 33 yards and 1 touchdown. Looking at some of the season totals up to this point through week 7, 91 completions on 153 attempts for John Goldman. That is almost a 60% completion rate. He has 1,346 passing yards, averaging 8.8 yards per attempt, 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 1 fumble. Rushing stats for the Yellow Jackets should be no surprise that Britton Paul leads the way with 77 carries. He's at 599 yards, 8 touchdowns on the season. Some other contributors there will be Tanner Kerner with 44 carries, 274 yards, and 2 touchdowns. John Goldman, he does have 45 carries on the season for 258 yards, 8 rushing touchdowns for John. And Hayden Ray, 14 carries, 91 yards on the season, and he has 2 touchdowns. As a team total, 226 carries, 1,408 rushing yards, and 20 touchdowns. And as we look at some of the season receiving stats, it is Sean Goldman leading the way there, 25 receptions, 437 yards. He has 6 touchdowns. Other receivers, Trace Seals, 26 receptions, 280 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Hayden Ray, 23 receptions and 3 touchdowns for 312 yards. And Britton Paul, receiving 10 receptions, 216 yards, and 3 touchdowns. We do have some defensive stats that we will get to you, but we want to now move on to the district standings, where it got kind of interesting here in the last couple of weeks, as it is going to be Prairieville and East Ascension tied at 3-1. Prairieville coming in here tonight 4-3 overall. East Ascension stands at 5-2 overall. Denham Springs and Dutchtown come in at 2-1 in district play. Santa Maula is now at 1-2, but that's kind of a surprise there as they were picked as a district favorite. Then it is Live Oak at 1-3 and Walker at 0-3 in district play. Looking at the power rankings right now from District 5-5A, Denham Springs is the highest rated team at a power ranking of 10. They are followed by East Ascension at 14. It is Dutchtown at 17. Prairieville, who we have tonight, is at 18. Santa Maula at 20. Live Oak at 33. And Walker at 39. Your Week 8 matchups for tonight. Obviously, Prairieville here at Denham Springs. Santa Maula will travel to Live Oak, and Walker will be at Dutchtown. East Ascension is at Turlings Catholic. They are the one team out of district play tonight. So that's how it kind of stands right now, and it should be another exciting one here from Yellow Jackets Stadium. Again, this is a pivotal District 5-5A matchup as the Yellow Jackets can, with a half game behind in the district race, can get themselves into the district race and try to be in that first place position after tonight. We'll see how it all plays out. All right, stay with us. When we come back, it'll be John Fine with Lady Jackets hoops basketball coach Rudy Smith. They talked earlier in the week. We will have that interview for you, and then it will be followed by my interview with head coach Brett Beard, as always. Stay with us. We're back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Shay Landry, closing attorney, Milestone Title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Baton Rouge KOA Campground of Denham Springs, Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, Quality Furniture Restoration, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses. We welcome you back to Sporting Center Yellow Jackets Warm-Up. I'm John Fine, producer of Yellow Jackets broadcast, and right now it's our privilege to be joined by Jackets head girls basketball coach Rudy Smith. Coach, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. John. Thank you for having me.
Sure thing. You had a very interesting anecdote at the beginning of the Denham Springs Athletic Association meeting in which you were able to use your position to get out of a ticket. Talk about that.
That is correct. That's correct. Well, it started at practice the day of. That Monday, the day of the Denham Springs Athletic Association's meeting, one of the girls had come up to me and said, "Coach, are you going to make us stand up and introduce ourselves in front of all those people again like you do every year?" And I said, "Of course. I think it's good to let the public see who you are, know your name. You know, you never know when it'll help you one day, you know." And they just kind of rolled their eyes. And finally I thought, wait, I got a little story for them. And I told them the story. And it starts with 5 years ago, one of my first practices here. We practiced on a Saturday morning. And it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I was on my way here. I was trying to get here a little early. The practice was at 8. It was probably around 7:30 a.m. And I was flying here. I say flying. I was going speed limit, 55 miles an hour up Highway 16. Got to the red light before the school, and right there it drops to 35. And I wasn't paying much attention to the speed limit. I just wanted to get to the school early before everybody else got there. The girls got there and have the gym ready for them, have the balls out, the floor and all that. Cruising in front of the school at 50 or 55 miles an hour and noticed the lights. The police officer hopped out and was on my tail with those lights. And so I zoomed through the green light, taking a left on Jacket Boulevard and pulled into the parking lot of the Jacket Gym. I think the police officer wanted me to pull over right there, right when he had the lights on me. But in my mind, I kept thinking if I could just get those doors open to where the girls can just can just go on in and the parents dropping them off and leave, instead of them seeing me on the side of the road. I thought it would be a better look. For sure, thinking I knew I was speeding. I knew I was getting a ticket. Anyway, I got there. I pulled up in front of the gym, and he hopped out. The police officer hopped out pretty quick as I was over my door, and he yelled at me to shut my door, roll my window down. Then I realized, man, I done messed up. I should have stopped when he told me to. So when I rolled my window down, he asked me what I was doing, what I was thinking, and who I was. And I had my license in my hand. And I said, I'm so sorry. I'm girls basketball coach here. I wanted to make sure the door was unlocked. I explained him the situation. And he said, okay, what's your name? I told him my name, and he said, okay, so you have a nice day. You make sure you watch those speed limits. And he turned around and walked. I don't know. I didn't catch his name, but I sure would. I'd like to thank him for that. But I like to say that it helped me out. This is a pretty large school with a great following and community. So, that's what I tried to explain to the girls. It may not help them get out of a ticket one day, but who knows what it could help them with,
Coach, last season you had a terrific run, and talk about that and what it was like also to changing gymnasiums for the playoffs.
Yeah, well, that was pretty stressful. It ended up being great, the whole gym change. It ended up being great because I really had an old atmosphere in the Jacket Gym. With the Hornsby catching that leak in the water, we had to move to the Jacket kind of on a 1 day's notice. When we got through with all the technical making sure everybody knew where we were playing, making sure the other teams were okay with it and all that kind of stuff. It ended up being for the best, I thought. Just the fan support and everybody being so close to the floor, it being like the original gym there, that Jacket Gym in the front. And we won there. So it ended up being great for me and for the girls. And even the boys, I think the boys won out over there too in the playoff.
Yes, they did.
As far as playing playing in the Jacket Gym was great. Might have been uncomfortable for you guys being up there in the bleachers, but for us on the court, it was fantastic.
What was it like? Characterize what it was like to coach your daughter, Taylor Smith.
It was great at times, and there was a lot of learning for me. I was hard on Taylor as a coach, not so much as a dad, and I think she wanted dad after games, and she rode with me after every game, and it was a hard adjustment. I finally learned probably going into her senior year. I think I started getting a little more understanding, like this is it. This is her last year. Before that, her freshman through junior years, I would get on to her about her mistakes on the way home and, realizing, I guess her senior year that, hey, look, this is my last run with her. She's had a fantastic career. What else can I teach her that she don't already know about life and basketball? And let's just enjoy it. And, it ended up being fantastic and great. And I miss her every day. She misses me. She's playing over at Loyola. She calls me, pretty regularly and says, some things you used to tell me, I used to blow off or roll my eyes, and I wish I wouldn't have now, And heck, it's only been 6 months, So, it's been it was a good run. It was a great run, but I'm excited for her moving on, and I'm excited about the new group coming in and not having to stress about, hey, am I hurting my daughter's feelings, and my wife getting mad at me for doing that.
As a program, talk about where you were and where you are in your progress over the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, we came in, we kept some seniors my first year, but we had I knew I had a good sophomore class that year. I had worked with them when they were in junior high and stuff, and some AAU things and some camps. I knew what was coming up, and we really focused on that 10th grade class. So in those first 3 years, that 10th grade class, when they were seniors, really progressed. I think we went from 13 losses my first year to maybe 8 or 9 losses. And then that last year, that that third year, we played for the state championship, had 5 losses. That sophomore class were seniors. They were really developed and really kind of understood what I expected, and my coaches as the coaching staff. And I think we gelled, and it ended up being a great first 3 years. Then we lost that senior class. And last year, I thought with the new freshmen coming in, blended in with the couple that were part of that state championship run, we made another good run last year. Like to have seen how we could have done if we would have played at home against Parkway. But we ran into a buzzsaw at Parkway, and it was a tough one. But we made it to the quarterfinals, and we're excited about this year. I think we're back to having a little more experience, and we've got a little more speed. The girls have developed and gotten better. I think we're going to have a shot at making another good run.
Who provides the leadership on the floor with Taylor having graduated?
I think Kennedy Lindsay. I think both seniors, Kennedy Lindsay and Preya. Kennedy more verbally, and Preya just because she's just been around and starting for so long. She started since she was a freshman, and it seems like a lot of the girls just like playing. Even in practice, some of the girls get upset when they're not on Preya's team, per se. Everybody enjoys playing with Preya. And Kennedy also. I mean, she's just the ultimate team player. But those two seniors, they're going to come in with a lot of leadership, and they want to get back. They want to get back to that state finals. They were part of it 2 years ago, and they know this is their last chance at it. So those two. Now, I've got some younger ones that have stepped up and filled some roles. I think Jet Tomplay is going to be a name you're going to hear a lot about. She's really probably our best outside shooter. She's worked so hard. She works after school every day and gets extra shots in. So I think she'll be one of my underclassmen that are going to be like my leaders, maybe even a team captain. From the freshman class from last year has grown up. They filled big roles last year. So this year I expect a lot out of them. Some names: Zariah, Samir, Kalijah Henry, Kinley Jornet, and probably Juliana Jones. All 4 of those are going to see significant minutes in varsity this year.
Now, you have 2 new members of the coaching staff for you, and at the DSAA meeting, I saw Coach Pico was visibly upset that you talked about the athleticism of these 2 new additions during their playing careers, but you never mentioned the athleticism of Coach Pico, and I wondered about that too, Coach. What's up with that?
Well, I didn't talk about my athleticism either. I think once you get to about 50 or older, you kind of stop. Well, maybe I was an athlete back in the day. I don't even know if there are any records from when Coach Piku played. I'm just playing. I know he was a basketball player here. He's Denham through and through, and I just love having Coach Piku around for as long as he wants to do it,
I'm sorry, Coach. Excuse me. Your 2 new staff members?
Yeah, Coach Brian Berry. He's coming over from Denham Junior High. He had a stint over there at the high school at Walker, coaching under Coach Skiro with the basketball team, and he also coached at Westside Junior High. That's where we started. We used to go head-to-head about 8 or 9 years ago. We used to go head-to-head, twice, 2 or 3 times a year over there in Walker Junior High. And also Alexius Horn. All right, she's now Alexia Sparks, just got married, but she played here in 2018. Probably one of the best players to ever come through here. Played 4 years at Southeastern, was the conference player of the year last year. She is a steady, consistent. She don't play around. She don't play around. She relates to the kids, but she expects and demands a lot from them. She's been an awesome asset. Hadn't got to get with Coach Berry yet. He's still with the football team, but I know the things he knows and he does. He's going to fit right in when the football season's over. But right now, Alexius is really stepping in and doing some great things for us.
You have season tickets on sale this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Don't ask me much about it. I don't know. Miss Julie Jones is kind of taking care of all that stuff. So maybe $85 for the season, $80 for the season, maybe. Not sure.
Right. Okay.
But, yes.
Coach, does anyone ever chant Rudy, Rudy, Rudy for you anymore?
Not anymore.
No?
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I hated that. Back in the day, I used to get it a lot. I was that old walk-on at Southeastern when I played in 1995, and I think that's right when that movie Rudy came out on HBO and on regular TV. So everybody was watching it, and everybody was looking for the next Rudy to chant for. So I grew to hate it after that.
Coach, looking forward to doing your games this year, a select schedule, and then any playoff games. And thank you for everything you do for us and for Denham Springs High School. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Mr. John. I'll see you later.
That is head women's basketball coach at Denham Springs High School, head girls basketball coach Rudy Smith. I'm John Fine. It'll be Josh Ward along with Jackets coach Brett Beard when we return after this pause on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up on Denham Springs football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
4 decades, Smith Accounting is celebrating its 40th anniversary. With Randy Smith, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income taxes, business taxes, and bookkeeping. Smith Accounting Services, 227 East Railroad, Denham Springs. Celebrating 40 years of service, count on it at Smith Accounting Services.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs, Cypress Pharmacy and Gift Shop, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the Law Office of Ivy L. Graham, Family Specialist, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care in Central. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets at home for a district matchup with the Prairieville Hurricanes. I'm Josh Ward, and we now bring in Yellow Jackets head coach Brett Beard. Last week, Yellow Jackets over Dutchtown at home by a score of 42-24, improves Denham Springs to 5-2 overall, and now at 2-1 in district play. Headed down the final 3 games here in the regular season. Coach, can't wait to see how this thing plays out the next 3 weeks, but want to hit on Dutchtown first. What a start. You open up, you go from your own 37, punch in a touchdown. Dutchtown then turns it over on the kickoff. You take advantage of that. Then when Dutchtown finally gets on the field, 3 and out, you make them punt. I mean, you just cannot script a better start than that.
No, no doubt. What a perfect fast start. Things we've been looking for years around here, and we're starting to accomplish it. And putting teams in bad spots, making them a little more uncomfortable than instead of us getting uncomfortable before we decide to play. So it's been a lot of fun to watch. It's been a fun 3 weeks, and then again, you beat a Guy Mastretta Dutchtown team the way we did. That's a big-time win for our program and, a big-time win in district.
It's 4 out of 5 drives in that first half that were touchdowns. You had the 1 turnover on downs. I can't recall a start in the last few years that we've had where the offensive production has been that great in a first half like that.
Yeah, our O-line is getting better every day, and our quarterback is getting better. And, we forget, we kind of take the Goldman as a household name around here for a long time. We forget that he really didn't start until this year. So, to get start number 5, 6, 7 under his belt, you can see he's getting a lot more comfortable with our O-line getting really, really comfortable. That's a deadly combination when you got an O-line that gives the quarterback a chance to make the reads, make the plays, and a kid that's so special in John that, our offense is rolling because of those guys.
What has made the offensive line so improved up to this point? Because, earlier in the season there were some times where it was a little spotty at times. You moved some guys around, but it seems like you found the right combination right now. What has made them more successful at this point?
Yeah, I think we're doing a better job offensively calling plays to fit our strengths, to fit who we are, knowing our personnel and, who we're going up against. And, Coach Hillebrand and Coach Carl Dijon are 2 offensive line coaches that are perfect for each other, that are getting after each other, and then ultimately getting after our kids and really teaching them, how to play our game. And, because of it, our O-line is responding to them quite well. And, of course, they're getting a taste of success, so they're only going to continue to get better the more success they have and a lot more fun. They're having a lot of fun. They don't even realize how hard they're working with Philly and Dijon, that they're having so much fun, and it's going to continue to get better.
You always talk about wanting to be balanced offensively, and last week you were about as balanced as you could be between the run and the pass. I think it was about a yard difference in that. I think it was 222 yards passing, 223 rushing. How important is it to be that balance at this point in the season?
Yeah, if you can stay balanced and keep them off balance, your offense can be really, really scary. As a defensive guy, when you can't just kind of pin your ears back knowing, they're going to run the ball here or they're going to pass here, and you find those situations where what their run-pass percentages are. When you can find that balance to where you keep them unbalanced, really offensively, we have a chance to be one of the best offenses we've seen around here in a long time.
Defensive line for the Yellow Jackets maybe had their best night of the year last week, and as we have talked about in the past, that was an area where you needed to see the most improvement. Do you think that they are finally hitting their stride?
Yeah, we continue to challenge our D-line. We think they're guys that can take over football games. And, I think if you ask them, and definitely ask me as a D-lineman, I don't think we've played a complete D-line game up until this past week. And, when they play well, your defense is going to be really dominant in the box. You're going to get pass rush. You're going to be able to stop the run. And your middle linebackers are going to be able to make plays. And with our D-line this week, I think they finally played a complete game, starting with Devin Cupid in the middle, just mauling the center and putting them in a bad spot, and then you have Devin Mack and Debo coming off the edge and just wreaking havoc and running around and having fun. You can see that they didn't really get too tired because they realized how much fun they were having making plays. And you talk 4 or 5 sacks between the 2 of them. That's a deadly night by your D line, and if they play that well with the first line of defense, you got a chance to beat anybody.
Well, all those things that you said there, how it opens up for the linebackers to hit those gaps as well, and just being so disruptive in the backfield. What you had so much in that game, especially early on, is you had Dutchtown behind the sticks, and you had them very uncomfortable offensively, and you could see that, and it just allowed your defense to take such advantage of it.
Yeah, it's so much fun when you play from ahead, when you make them have to do the things they don't want to do instead of we're having to do the things we don't want to do. And again, it starts up front and defensively and, the special teams, the kick right there, getting that. And we really just kind of, the way we started, it just really fed off each other. You talk about complementary football and all 3 facets, really dominating. It was really a lot of fun to watch. And, our kids are getting better. They come to work every day with an infectious attitude that wants to just be driven. They want to go 1-0 every week. They want to work hard during the week so Friday night's easy. And they're starting to see all the things that we've always talked about and taught. They're starting to see it and believe it. And, when a team starts to believe, that's when it gets really scary.
It was 28-10 at the half. Going into the half that Dutchtown is going to make some adjustments. It's Coach Mastretta, and he's got a great staff over there. And you knew that they were going to try to limit your possessions. There was only 2 possessions per team in the third quarter. That third quarter flew by. Was there any adjustments that you were talking about needing to make at the half, knowing that probably was going to be the case coming out in the second half?
Well, I mean, sometimes in the cat and mouse game, you just kind of see, all right, we're having success here. What do we think they're going to give us? And then you kind of have an idea of how you want to attack what they think they're going to adjust to. I thought they did a great job coming out. Of course, limiting possessions is a good thing, especially in high school football, really in football. But, if you take advantage of your possessions, it really doesn't matter if you limit them. And, again, we had them in such bad spots. They were getting away from a lot of things they want to do that kind of took them out of their game. And, at that point, their possessions really came down to having to throw the ball a little more than they want to, getting out of the quarterback run game, which they're really good at. And, like I said, I thought they came out and made some more manageable game decisions, but I think they were so far gone that they had to completely abandon what they thought they were going to be able to do.
Going back to your signature caller and John Goldman, another stellar night, 222 yards, slinging the ball, 3 touchdowns there. He also had 88 yards rushing with a rushing touchdown as well. Is there any concern for you down the stretch of him running the ball that much, of taking some hits? Because, obviously you want to keep him healthy, or is it just kind of let it rip?
No, I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, you definitely don't want your quarterback to get hit, but it's also part of having a mobile quarterback and a guy that runs, that wants to run, that's a competitor. He's a kid that the ball's got to be in his hands. Ideally, you just hope he's smart enough to get down or not take the big shot and, get the ball out of his hands and really limit the hits that any quarterback is going to take, or any of the big hits that a quarterback is going to take. And, right now he's doing a really good job of that. He's getting it out of his hands. He's not taking too many big shots that he actually took early on in the year.
And talking about how much fun it is at this point, the way your offense is rolling and how many different guys, we talk about it each week, how many different people are involved in this. The ball is being spread around a lot, and we talked about that as well as trying to keep everyone happy. And, when things are clicking like this and everybody is getting involved and your run and pass is about the same, it's just really hard to find anything wrong right now. But is there anything that you look at it and say, hey, we can be happy with this, but there's still something we need to improve on?
Oh yeah, we still focus on the basics. We still got to be better route runners. We still got to freaking catch the football. When your number is called and the play is made for you to make, you got to make it, and you can't relax and do all of that. And we continue to harp on that. Again, we have one football, but we got a lot of playmakers, and when you're scoring points, everybody's pretty happy offensively. So right now, we continue to focus on our basics. We still got to do a better job. Like I said, running routes. We're a little sloppy there at times. That we can only make ourselves even better when we begin to learn how to open up that space and get open and put the defenders in some conflict and, just catching the football. I mean, we still work that because we saw early on it got us. So we're going to continue to harp on the basics and figure out a way to go 1-0 every week.
And we talked about special teams being improved as well. Herrera continues to handle the kickoffs. That has allowed Bravo, as you said, to kind of focus on his extra points a little bit more. He was perfect last week against Dutchtown. And it seems like your coverage teams are starting to find their stride as well. Do you think special teams may be the most improved unit at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of moving parts, and those kids come to work every day, and some of them are getting opportunities to get on the field, and they're finally embracing that. And we use that as a selling point to prove to us you can play high school football at this level. I mean, show us if you can go out there and make these plays, well, then you can kind of inch closer to having an opportunity to have a bigger role. And those kids have bought into that, and we are getting better. Herrera is giving us a shot to get a couple onside kicks, which that's on coaching. Those onside, those squib kicks are a little softer than I would like, so we're going to continue to work on those. But you keep people on their toes, special teams wise. You make them focus on it during the week. You make them practice it. You put yourself in a good spot because you're taken away from other places.
All right, 42-24 was the final there from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Big district win for the Yellow Jackets over the Dutchtown Griffins. We will take a timeout, and when we come back, we will look to the Prairieville Hurricanes, headed to Yellow Jacket Stadium for another district matchup, and we are back after this timeout on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Your local sporting goods store is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Sporting Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Sporting Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Sporting Center, more than just a sports store.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Sunshine Cleaners is a family-owned dry cleaning business that has operated in the greater Baton Rouge area since 1995. Let Sunshine Cleaners' knowledgeable, professional, and friendly staff take care of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Whether you drop off or they pick up at your home or office, Sunshine Cleaners makes it easy and convenient. Sunshine Cleaners, Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs, with locations at Walker and Baton Rouge. Visit sunshinecleaners.net.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amite Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic located at 145 Aspen Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline with 5 Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson, State Farm Insurance, Performance Collision Center, Sport Clips, BJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets back at Yellow Jacket Stadium hosting the Prairieville Hurricanes in a District 5-5A matchup. I'm Josh Ward, and we continue on with Yellow Jackets head coach Brett Beard. Coach, Prairieville probably has to be the story of the district at this point. The Hurricanes 4-3 overall, and they are tied at first place in the district with East Ascension at 3-1. You know, we've talked about knowing that Prairieville was going to be a team that was going to step into the fold here and be a team to reckon with in the years, but does it feel like they're a little bit ahead of schedule right now?
Yeah, they definitely are. You know, our new year, you thought it was going to be a couple of years. I mean, you knew that you knew this team and this school had built something special, was going to build something special, and I think those coaches and those kids are playing at a high level, and they're doing a great job, and they're ahead of course. You know, I thought it was going to be year, 3 or 4. You know, I thought it was going to take 2 or 3 years to get rolling, but I thought they've done a heck of a job this year, and it's a good football team, and I'm excited about the matchup.
No doubt. Mike Schmidt, a very easy guy to like, does things the right way. You and him have a connection of both being a head coach at Live Oak at one point. What is your relationship with Coach Schmidt, and what has been your take in your 2 years since he's been in the district?
Oh, he's very businesslike, which I like, man. Like I don't want to sit here and say he doesn't have much of a personality, because I'm sure he does. I mean, he's back in the area. We really don't know each other. We don't really cross paths a whole lot. But I will say that the little bit I have dealt with him, I really like him. Like I said, very businesslike. Really getting excited to see what he's doing with the program. And, I think he's a guy that's going to build something special. And he seems to be a winner if you look at his history. So, I'm excited to have him in the district and hope we continue to have this rivalry.
And talking about the district and these coaches that are in it, I know you've said it plenty of times before, but, I think this district, if you put it up against other districts in the state, is from the head coaches down to the assistant coaches and the staffs they put them around, there's a lot of great coaches in District 5-5A right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes this district so special, is that I think the kids play at an elite level, very hard, nasty brand of football, which I love. And the coaching staffs in this district are a lot of fun to work against and cut up with and hang out with. And, that's what makes our district so good. I do think we have some of the best coaching in the state, and our kids, because of it, play at an extremely, high level. And I love every week the playoff atmosphere, and you got to work to win. That's what I love.
As we do switch gears and looking at Prairieville offensively, their quarterback Skylar Kelly, very similar in what you saw last week against Dutchtown and Owen Fletcher. They kind of have the same tendencies and the same things that they like to do. Do you see that as an advantage, obviously, for your defense, kind of getting to see the same thing 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our schedule, I mean, we've seen a lot of mobile quarterbacks that can beat you with their legs and their arms. So this is nothing new to us. The scheme-wise, they are a lot alike. Again, I think that kid's a warrior. You watch him play, you watch him produce plays, you watch him take hits and keep rolling, and then you watch him run from people. I mean, the kid's an athlete and he's a warrior, and I love being on the field with guys like that play the game the right way.
What is making their offense click right now? Because they just seem to be having a sense of ease in what they're doing.
Yeah, again, a mobile quarterback puts you in a tough spot, because you got to be very sound. You got to account for them, and because of it, you can gain numbers in certain spots that don't always happen defensively. And again, their O-line is playing really well. They're giving them a chance. And again, when you got a quarterback and an O-line that gives you a chance, we're seeing it too, what it can do, and that's what they're doing, and they're feeding off of it. They're doing a great job. The kid running some of the option. They're trying to put the defense in some tough spots by running some triple option in different ways, and because of it, they're having success. And you don't see it every day, so you got 1 week to prepare for it, and that's what we're going to continue to kind of work through the details of stopping the option and what we're going to see Friday night.
I would say for me, offensively, what I've seen that they're doing so well is their patience in it. They're not rushing drives. They're very patient in it. What they're trying to do, obviously, is they want to control the time of possession. Do you see that as an opportunity that if you can get them behind the sticks, kind of like Dutchtown, that you can kind of get them out of sync?
Yeah, again, I think if we can get them throwing the football, having it open it up, that does put them at a disadvantage, because with them able to run the option game and the quarterback, you're right, they are very methodical. So, if you got to get them in ramp up speed and get them in some type of spread look and get them throwing, we'll have them in a really good spot for us and a really bad spot for them.
Defensively for the Hurricanes, at times they are a shutdown defense. At other times they seem a little bit out of place. How do you see them defensively, and what are you expecting from them?
Well, it starts up front. I think their D-line is their strong suit. 77 is a big-time player for them. He wreaks a lot of havoc, plays really hard, got a high motor. And again, when your first line of the defense is playing and putting you in bad spots, it's a lot easier on everybody else. DBs can hold up on the back end. Linebackers can get clear reads and run and make their plays. And, right now their D-line is playing really good. And, that because of it, our O-line is going to have a challenge that they're going to be excited about. And, we just got to continue to win up front.
Where do you see this matchup between, whether it be offense, defense, where do you see that your team has the advantage over Prairieville?
It's going to come down to, they still got a lot of youth. I mean, you're talking about a second-year program and kids that are young and haven't played a whole lot of football. And now you look at us with 42 seniors, we're kind of the old man on the block in this matchup. So I think even with our experience and our age that, I think you'd have to tilt the advantage to us. But it still comes down to, how bad do you want to win? How bad do you want it? And our kids executing at a high level and, getting nasty up front. And that's what I love going out and watching our kids kind of accept that challenge and then exceed.
Well, what's going to be so great about this one is you've got Prairieville that's going to be coming in feeling really confident about themselves. They are sitting, again, tied top of the district with East Ascension. But now you knocked off who was the number one team last week in Dutchtown. You have another opportunity to do that. Does this squad kind of embrace that to go in and say, hey, we can take down and put ourselves in that tie for first place with a win here tonight?
Yeah, they definitely want to be. They definitely want to win this district. We're paying a lot of attention to what's got to happen. But of course, it starts with us going 1-0 this week and 1-0 next and 1-0 week 10. But our kids want to win a district. They want to put a number on the wall. They want to leave that behind, and they're all in on getting after whoever we got to get after to do so. And because of it, Prairieville's next, and our kids are excited about the challenge.
Offensively for the Yellow Jackets, when you look at this, each week we said keep this thing rolling. Now I think that the term is not to keep it rolling, it's to do your job now. You've set an expectation that you need to meet each week. Is there any challenge in trying to keep that going at this point, or is it, hey, business as usual?
You got to remember the challenge is we still deal with 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids that you never know. Sometimes you never know what you're going to get out of them. So it is just harping on the basics of doing the little things and making sure you have an understanding of your job. Like defensively, if you know where fits are, you have a chance. They know how to get lined up. You have a chance to stop anybody. Offensively, if you get the call and you know exactly what to do and all 11 of you execute, every play is designed to score, so you have a chance to score. We really have harped a lot on just the basics every week. And, going 1-0, you got to start at the bottom. You got to work your way into Friday, and you got to do the little things. And, we're going to continue to do that. Offensively, there's going to be nights where you struggle offensively and defense is lights out and vice versa. You just have to be prepared for whatever it is every Friday night to go 1-0. And again, we're in that mode for the long haul and to see how long we can take this.
All right, Coach, before we let you go, I know that the folks were in town. I got to talk to both of them last week. And, I started thinking about it, and I think you may have said it as well, that for the last 2 years they've come down to the Live Oak game. So I think what we do now going forward is they stay home and watch it in Birmingham, the Live Oak game, and then they come after that. And then this way we don't have these issues anymore.
I completely agree, and I told them that. When they told me they were going to have to push the trip back a week, I reminded them, well, that's good because we've lost to Live Oak twice and you've been here, so I'm okay with this. Now we're playing pretty good, so now, if it continues, we'll get them one more week, keep them here for Prairieville, and then have to keep it rolling when they go home.
Coach, we always enjoy having them around, and it's always good to visit with them. And we won't say hello to Birmingham. We know we got other family members watching throughout the U.S., but want to say best of luck, go Jackets, and we will talk with you next week.
Well, Josh, Mom's sitting here listening. She's sitting on the bench listening to you anyway. So, I love her. I love her. She's all in, and I appreciate everything.
That was head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Coach Brett Beard. We're back after this timeout on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Hi, I'm Jacob Neal, a nurse practitioner at North Oaks Urgent Care. When you're not feeling your best, whether it's an illness, injury, or something in between, you shouldn't have to wait to feel better. That's why we're here for you every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 4 convenient locations. Walk-ins are always welcome, or you can save time by reserving your spot online at northoaks.org/urgent care. We're here to provide expert care right when you need it.
North Oaks Health System, improving lives every time, every touch.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price. Because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Triton Outpatient Clinic, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, Todd Caruso, Attorney at Law, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Leach Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
We'll get back into the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Mitch running here on the fly here. He's probably going to be having to catch his breath there for a minute. But, now turn his mic on as we were trying to save all that. So, Mitch,
It's
welcome
a lot
to
of
the
steps
show.
to come up,
it's
so
a
you're
lot
right.
of steps
I'm
to come
probably
up.
out of breath.
We saw you down there. We didn't know. Man, there's a lot going on here tonight, huh?
A lot of things happening. We're drawing for a truck. I did not win. I've got a pretty good consecutive streak going of years not winning the drawing in the truck. So
we don't want to mess that up.
About 35 consecutive years, we have not won the All-Star, whoever sponsored. I'm sorry,
That's
haven't won the truck any of those years.
Well, it is Denham Springs and Prairieville here tonight from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Another pivotal District 5-5A matchup. Prairieville right now definitely the surprise in this district is being tied at 3-1 with East Ascension in first place. But Yellow Jackets a half game behind, have an opportunity to make some noise here themselves. But Mitch, I wanted to ask you, 146 points for this team in the last 3 games. They are the hottest team in the district, hottest team in the area right now. Passing the ball, you're running the ball, you're taking advantage of turnovers, your special teams is catching up. You're the number 1 offense in district play right now. I asked Coach Beard, I said, I don't think it's keep it going anymore. It's now do your job, because you've set that expectation of where this should be. And, it's not letting your foot off the gas at all. But, I asked him if there was any challenge there. And, funny, Coach Beard's answer was, well, we're dealing with 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. You never know who's going to show up. But, Mitch, it's just really exciting to see what this team is doing offensively.
We saw some spurts early in the year, and we thought, man, these guys can be really good. We think they can do a lot of great things on the offensive side of the football. And, now once we hit the district play in the mid part of the season, once you got 4 or 5 games into it, the offense is really taking off. And I like the way you said it's not really a surprise anymore. It's almost an expectation that we're going to get 30 or more points on the board. We've been getting more than 40 points in the last several games in a row. And, you'd love to see that keep going again. But you would think that at least we're going to get the, maybe 30 points or more than that, which makes that job on the defensive end a lot easier, that you don't have to go out and pitch the shutout. And if you have a mistake here or there and other team gets some points on the board, you feel that you can come back if they get ahead of a little bit of a lead for you. But it's been a very balanced effort on the offensive side, running the ball. John Goldman running it himself, throwing it himself, finding 5 different receivers, 2 different running backs that can tote the football. The offensive line has really gelled and done a great job of finding their footing this year. That was a question mark to start the season. If you go back to our beginning games, we didn't know how the O-line was going to hold up, and they've done a great job of opening up holes in the running game, keeping John Goldman protected when he passes. So everything's been going pretty well on the offensive side.
And offense is doing so well, but defense is starting to catch up as well. Coach Beard talked a lot about how his defensive line is taking steps each week. Last week he felt was the most complete that they have had a game, and they're the number 2 defense in this district, just behind Dutchtown. It is 28 points per game for Denham Springs and right about 26 for Dutchtown, so very even right there. But this defense, you hold Dutchtown to 36 points rushing. That says something.
And that was giving up a lot of points to Live Oak in a big shootout game where we had a big lead a lot of that time, and Live Oak, just kept going and kept trying to get points. That's good, and they got some points there, but most of the points we give up in district came in that game. Yeah, when we're looking at some season stats, that's what stood out. The defense is second in the district in points given up, points allowed, and so when the offense is leading the district in points scored and your defense is second in the district, that comes out to a pretty good stat that you'd like to be on.
Yes, and we're going to give some of those stats throughout the game because we have the season stats defensively. We always talk about the offensive guys, obviously, because they put up the points, but this defense is playing well, and we're going to get to those guys as well. So we will take a timeout here for the national anthem. When we come back, have you ready for kickoff? Denham Springs and Prairieville, District 5-5A matchup from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School, class of 98.
And the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better.
So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy located in Denham Springs at 145 Aspen Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
4 decades, Smith Accounting is celebrating its 40th anniversary. With Randy Smith, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income taxes, business taxes, and bookkeeping. Smith Accounting Services, 227 East Railroad, Denham Springs. Celebrating 40 years of service, count on it at Smith Accounting Services.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. ServPro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is ServPro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at ServPro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. ServPro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so ServPro is faster to any disaster. ServPro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. ServPro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care in Central, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Mashan and Associates General Contractors, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiris. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back into the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Prairieville Hurricanes here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, the Mean Figueroa back at the studio, Chris Ledoux. We've got Darren Ferrente, Christine Pappas, and John Fine all doing their parts here to make this possible for you. As always, we come to you live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Get involved in the chat there. We certainly do appreciate it and appreciate you being along here with us. We are going to go ahead and get our James Drugstore starting lineup. Brought to you by James Drugstore, locally owned and operated, serving Livingston Parish for almost 100 years, where old-fashioned service meets modern-day medicine. James Drugstore, Florida Boulevard in Denham Springs. We will start offensively for the Yellow Jackets. It will be left tackle Nate Black, left guard Max Arce, center Bryson McCabe, right guard Darren Alleman, right tackle Angel Villa-Gomez, wide receivers Brenton Paul, Sean Goldman, and Trey Seals. In the backfield for the Yellow Jackets is Tanner Kerner and Hayden Ray, and John Goldman is the quarterback. Defensively now for the Yellow Jackets, defensive end Devin Mack, nose guard Devin Cupid, defensive end Debo Scott, linebacker Jackson Sagan, linebacker Cedric Polk, linebacker Caden Allen, linebacker Bryson Smith. In the defensive backfield for the Yellow Jackets, it will be Jaden Washington, Trendon Matwire, Angel Morrow, and Quentin Clay. So, Mitch, a couple of lineup changes there for the Yellow Jackets as Fergie, as they call him on the team, is out. Christian Ferguson out of this game here tonight.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages of being down on the field before the game. I saw Christian down there and banged up a little bit in practice, man. Just one of those bad breaks, and somebody fell on the back of his leg, and hopefully he gets some good news tonight when he's going to get it checked, his leg checked out a little bit better. So we're going to miss him tonight. Max Arce is going to step in. Max, we mentioned him, I believe it was last week. He came in and played a good bit in the game, and so a guy that's got some experience. And as we mentioned, last segment, the offensive line, we went through a lot of different combinations the first couple of weeks, and Max is one of those guys that has experience. So you're not throwing in a guy just cold that doesn't, not going to be ready to understand what's going on. So it's good to have a guy ready to step in and fill those shoes.
That'll do it for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. At Sporting Center, they have everything you need, from athletic equipment to school uniforms. Go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff at Sporting Center. That's 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Mitch Covington, your keys to the game.
Well, once again, we're facing another water bug, I guess you can say, of a quarterback. Skylar Kelly for Prairieville. He had a super game against East Ascension. The kid we're going to have to be able to watch. Got about running the football and throwing it as well. Then on offense, just like I said, just kind of keep it going. We've been on a roll, stay balanced, keep it going with the run game and the pass game together.
Here is the kickoff. We are underway from Yellow Jacket Stadium, fielded by the Yellow Jackets at the 10-yard line, at the 15, the 20, 25. That is Trey Seals. He's at the 30, 35, 40, at the 45, and across midfield and into Prairieville territory is Trey Seals on the return. That's the start we need yet again.
Very good kickoff return. Like I mentioned a lot, we want to try and get it past the 30-yard line for a decent field position. How about all the way across midfield and to Prairieville territory off that opening kickoff? A great job by Trey Seals finding the lane to get there and showing the speed to find that corner.
They will start at the Prairieville 47-yard line, so always want to start in your opponent's side of the field.
We had a lot of that last week, and it paid off a lot. We took the ball around midfield on many of our possessions in the first half, and we converted touchdowns out of it, so we'd like to see that trend continue.
All right, it will be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Prairieville, 47-yard line. It is Goldman from the shotgun. Here is a snap. He will fake the handoff, looks to throw. He does. That is Trey Sills at the Prairieville 40, pushed out of bounds around the Prairieville 35-yard line, and we already have Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down, children friendly with great food and locally owned by Big Mike O'Neill. That's Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
I have checked with some coaches during the week at the high school, just trying to get a little bit behind the scenes, and those are true RPO actions. Like John Goldman has the option to hand that ball off or throw the little quick out there to Trey Seals. He sees the defender backed off. He's going to take that quick out, and we got a big play off of it.
1st and 10, Prairieville 35-yard line. Fakes the handoff again. Goldman will get it to Hayden Ray. Shakes the defender, gets to the 30-yard line. Will get inside the 30 to about the 29. Nice first down play right there by Hayden Ray. The stiff arm knocks that defender off of him. Get off me.
It definitely did. And just talk about John Goldman. I mean, there's a lot on his plate as far as what he does. It's, they're going to sit in a play, and he's got to read the defense. We might hand the ball off after the snap. He's reading what the defense is going to do. He might hand it off to Britton Paul or Tanner Kerner, but some of those are pre-snap reads he saw in the first play. The defensive back was backed off, so he threw it out quickly to Trey Seals.
2nd and 4, Prairieville 29-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Hand off to Britton Paul. He's at the 25, stays on his feet at the 20, fighting for extra yards, gets inside the 20-yard line. Make that another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Check out the Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame at Big Mike's.
Sometimes it makes it easy on an offensive coordinator, too. He can call the same play 5 times in a row, and you get 3 different looks out of it just by calling the same play over and over. The quarterback's going to read what happens and gets you able to go fast and up to the line of scrimmage quick.
Yep, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets now. It is the 17-yard line of Prairieville. Here's a handoff in the backfield to Britton Paul. He's at the 10, and he will get inside the 10-yard line, where it'll be just shy of a first down by about a yard as he gets to the Prairieville 8.
Just another impressive thing by that offensive line. I see Bryson McCabe, your junior center, is out pulling and leading around the right edge. You don't get a lot of high school centers that can pull and get to the outside linebacker on a run play, but Bryson McCabe shows athleticism as well.
Just underway here from the Yellow Jackets Stadium. It is going to be a handoff to Britton Paul. He gets inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the Prairieville 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Make that another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Book your Christmas party now at Big Mike's. Don't wait. Call. That is Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
And Britton Paul running that left side, as we mentioned. Max Arce is in there starting tonight at left guard, and Nate Black, your senior left tackle, both doing a good job opening up running lanes.
All right, it'll be 1st and goal for the Yellow Jackets. Prairieville 3-yard line. Goldman will be out of the shotgun. Britton Paul in the backfield. Works for the snap. We'll hand it off to Paul. Paul is going to be stood up at the 5-yard line, brought down for about a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, they had more numbers than we had right there to block. An unblocked safety walked up at the goal line, stepping up in there tight, being an extra linebacker, was able to get into the backfield. We just didn't have enough blockers there, so they kind of had us outnumbered. But as we've seen at other times in the past, we're versatile enough that with this personnel on the field, we can run it, throw it, and keep them spread out. And I expect us to kind of keep them spread out here from now on.
2nd and goal back at the 6-yard line. It'll be Goldman from the shotgun. Britton Paul lined up in the backfield again. He will hand it off to Paul. Paul going off the left side. He's going to be tripped up for no gain. Makes it 3rd and goal now for the Yellow Jackets.
Prairieville's done a good job here in this goal line set. We started with the ball at the 3, but the closer you get to the end zone, the more those safeties and cornerback are going to crouch up closer to the line of scrimmage, and just haven't been able to find that running room in the last 2 plays that we were looking for.
All right, so it'll be 3rd down and goal now for the Yellow Jackets. Prairieville 7-yard line. 8:33 left here in this first quarter. Open and drive for the Yellow Jackets. Pistol formation, it'll be Goldman. Fakes the handoff, rolls, looking to the end zone, throws it. It is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Trey Seals, open in the back of the end zone, and it is now 4th and goal.
That was a well-thrown ball. Trey should have brought that one in. He had the great kickoff return, and then the first play of the game, caught a nice 5-yard out and turned it upfield for another 7-8 yards, about a 13-yard play. But that one run across the back of the end zone, dragging across the back. He was open for a touchdown and just let it go through his hands.
All right, so this will be, what, about a 24-yarder?
Now, 24-yarder from the left hash, so not a great angle here, so wouldn't call it a gimme quite yet, but a good offensive drive. But Prairieville did their job as far as keeping us out of the end zone and forcing a field goal attempt.
Dylan Johnson will be the holder. It'll be a 24-yard field goal attempt for Jonathan Bravo. Ball on the left hash. Snap. Hold, kick is up, has the distance, and it is through the uprights, and 24-yarder is good by Bravo. Yellow Jackets strike first. They lead at 3-0. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Hi, I'm Jacob Neal, a nurse practitioner at North Oaks Urgent Care. When you're not feeling your best, whether it's an illness, injury, or something in between, you shouldn't have to wait to feel better. That's why we're here for you every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 4 convenient locations. Walk-ins are always welcome, or you can save time by reserving your spot online at northoaks.org/urgent care. We're here to provide expert care right when you need it.
North Oaks Health System, improving lives every time, every touch.
Welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football. Yellow Jackets strike first. They have a 24-yard field goal by Jonathan Bravo. Brings us to the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for auto, home, and life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Jana Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. Mitchell, do you have anything? We may have.
Oh, have it right here. Here we go. So Yellow Jackets scoring drive right there. Took 3 minutes and 36 seconds off the clock. It went a total of 33 yards. Finished up with a Johnny Bravo 24-yard field goal. And then the Yellow Jackets take a 3-0 lead with 8:15 left in the first quarter.
All right, about a 12-yard return there for Prairieville. They will start this drive first and 10 at their own 37.
I did notice, I was looking at Prairieville's set up there. They had a lot of their better returners slid up front. We haven't kicked the ball deep much this year, and so they put a couple of their better return guys on the wings there trying to catch that ball and get a chance to get back up the field. So decent field position here, 37-yard line for Prairieville to start off.
Skylar Kelly, quarterback, has been elusive for a lot of teams this year. He likes, kind of like Owen Fletcher, he likes to get it and roll around and try to make some space. He will get it on 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. We'll hand it off to Wallace. Wallace will go up forward and will push the pile all the way to the 45-yard line. And that is a nice first down run. It's going to be a first down for Prairieville. That looked like a little Brenton Paulish by Hayden Wallace.
Yeah, we had him look like held up the line of scrimmage. Debo Scott, maybe about a yard or two from the line of scrimmage, had a hit, and a bunch of other guys in there. But Wallace just kept driving his legs and pushed it all the way downfield for a first down.
7:55 left here in the first quarter. Yellow Jackets 3, Prairieville 0. 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes from their own 48-yard line. Kelly will be out of the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. That is Daigle. Here is a snap. We'll put it into the belly of Wallace, who will be stood up immediately by the Yellow Jackets. That defensive front line getting a good start here. And, we talk about those guys up there. Coach Beard really gave a lot of credit to Devin Cupid. He said, the guys on the edge are getting in there to make the plays, but it's because Devin Cupid is blowing up the center.
Well, I was going to say, Devin Cupid right there got off the center very quickly and was able to make a hit. Cedric Polk was right there also, but both Devin Cupid and the inside linebacker Polk were there quickly.
Kelly on 2nd 10 from the shotgun. We'll wait for the snap. Got a flag on the play. Going to be offsides against the Yellow Jackets. It'll give them 5 yards.
And then you don't want to fall asleep. Just watching that East Ascension game, I didn't feel that Prairieville was the better team. EA went down and scored a touchdown in about 3 plays into the ball game and was up 7-0. And I felt like they just kind of thought they were going to coast to it. And then, man, Skylar Kelly had a great game. And then Prairieville started getting that momentum. And we don't want to fall into the same trap of having a good opening drive on offense and then just go through the motions after that, because Prairieville can make some things happen if you fall asleep on them.
From the Yellow Jacket 48-yard line now on 2nd and 5. Pressure is coming. Kelly is going to escape it. Gets to the Yellow Jacket 45-yard line. Will he be brought down? It'll be 3rd down now for the Hurricanes. And Mitch, real quick, just showing there on your screen there if you're watching at DS Jacket Vision, 28-32, Live Oak and Prairieville last week. And, Prairieville went down early in that one, down 15-0 early in that one, and they just kept fighting back. And Live Oak had a chance with 6 seconds left to hit a receiver in the back of the end zone, and it went off his fingertips. So there was a nail-biter there from Prairieville last week. 3rd and 3 now for the Hurricanes. Kelly will get it. Direct snap. He is going to keep it himself, and he is going to be brought down for a loss on the play. He'll lose one. They'll put him at the Yellow Jacket 46-yard line. 4th down for the Hurricanes.
Caden Allen, senior linebacker, right there to make a tackle. You were talking about defensive stats before. Well, Caden Allen, I believe, leads the team in tackles. Is that correct?
That is
so
correct.
Leads the team in total tackles. Did a great job right there. Skylar Kelly, it's not so much the designed run plays he's going to get you on. It's what he got you on that second down play when it's a pass play called, and then he doesn't find a receiver, and he breaks the pass rush and runs and scrambles. The secondary play is where he's really dangerous.
On fourth down, Luke Lyons will come on to punt it away. It's a bad snap. He will get it. It is going to be blocked, and it will roll out of bounds at the 49-yard line of Denham Springs. They'll have it 1st and 10 after this quick timeout. It is Yellow Jackets football.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, their own 49-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun has pressure coming, and he is going to wisely throw this one out of bounds.
And going back to that 4th down punt play, that's Quentin Clay who got in there and blocked the punt. Last week, Quentin had 2 interceptions. Was it last week he had 2 in the game? Yeah, he did. And he has blocked extra points at times this year, coming off the edge on special teams and right there on the punt. A little bit of a bad snap, and then that gave Quentin all he needed time to get there, and he made a good block, and the ball went out of bounds, and the Yellow Jackets once again are starting with the ball right near midfield.
It will be 2nd and 10 from their own 49-yard line now. Goldman will get the snap, keeps it himself, gets across midfield to the Prairieville 45, and will pump the legs a little further, and will get to the Prairieville 41-yard line. Should be just enough for another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Cater your next party with Big Mike's catering menu. That is Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill.
I love it when we talk about Big Mike's about every other play, and that's what we did on the first drive until we got down to the 3-yard line, and Prairieville made a good goal line stop, little goal line stand, but starting off this drive, 2 plays into it with another first down.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. It will be 41-yard line of Prairieville. Goldman will get the snap, going to keep it himself again to the 40. He's trying to find the edge at the 35, and will tiptoe out of bounds at the Prairieville 32.
Tiptoed out of bounds.
I like that.
He had a couple more yards if he wanted to try and fight for it, but look, I like that decision. It's the first quarter. We had an 8-9 yard gain. That was good. You get to the 4th quarter, we got to get that extra first down to put the game away. He'll go and fight for it, but right there, keep yourself healthy.
So, Mitch, it's funny that you say that. I know you were busy and you didn't get to hear Coach Beard's interview, but we talked about that exact thing. Keep not taking the hits. Not taking the hits at this point in the season.
That was a good decision right there. We'll take a 9-yard play on first down.
2nd down now for the Yellow Jackets. Goldman will fake the handoff, looking to throw. He does. It is going to be incomplete at the 10-yard line, intended for Sean. And you think that was pretty clean, Mitch?
I think that was pretty good defensive play right there. Defender was on there pretty tightly. Sean had his chance to get his hands up to try and bring it in. The defender did a good job out there of, swiping at just the right time. I believe that's Zaid Richmond, a junior cornerback over there. I thought that's pretty good coverage. Not a bad play either. No. 2nd and short. Now we still got 2 downs to get this 1 yard.
Will be 3rd and 2 for Denham Springs, Prairieville 32. Goldman going to keep it himself, has a lead blocker. He will get to the 25 and will be pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line, about the 23. But it is enough for a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Live music on weekends, trivia monthly, and line dancing on Wednesday nights. That is Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
And as you said, getting behind lead blockers. We had a wall of black jerseys out there, pushing the white jerseys back, moving that line of scrimmage backwards. We've done a pretty good job of that so far in this first quarter.
1st and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be 23-yard line of Prairieville. Goldman will fake the handoff, looks to throw quickly, has Hayden Ray. Hayden at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, going to the corner, and he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Hayden Ray, 23 yards. Yellow Jackets score.
Tell you what, that was a good read by Jean, the quarterback, and a good throw out there quickly to get it to Hayden Ray. But let's give a whole lot of credit out there. That was Sean Goldman, I believe. I'm trying to get the number. He's got the jersey tucked up underneath. The receiver did an excellent job blocking, and I think that was Sean Goldman out top that did an excellent job blocking his cornerback. We had 2 receivers for 2 defenders, and Hayden Ray with the ball. Both receivers made their block. Hayden Ray goes in the end zone untouched.
Bravo to attempt the extra point. The snap, the hold, the kick is through the uprights. Extra point is good. 4:27 left in the first quarter. Denham Springs 10, Prairieville 0. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
Your local sporting goods store is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Sportin' Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Sportin' Center. More.
Welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football. It'll be the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive coming up. It is for Auto, Home, and Life. Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Jana Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. Here is a kick by Herrera. It is going to be picked up at the 30-yard line, but I don't think he can advance that one. But Mitch, go ahead and hit us that scoring drive.
So the Yellow Jackets went 51 yards. Remember, after the block punt by Quentin Clay, we got the ball at midfield, so 51-yard drive, and it took a minute and 23 seconds off the clock with 4:27 left in the first quarter. Jean Goldman to Hayden Ray with a 33-yard touchdown pass, and the Yellow Jackets take a 10-0 lead early in this game.
And that is your Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. All right, 4:26 left here in the first quarter. As always, if you are watching there on YouTube, make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Get involved. I don't think I've been told that the chat is not the biggest fan of the black jerseys here for us tonight, but we'll try to confirm that. Kelly on 1st and 10. I know you.
I will
1st and
second
10. Kelly will get it. Will dance around, rolls to his left now, and he's going to have to go out of bounds as he is forced out of bounds by Devo Scott.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the black jerseys, but Coach Beard likes them, and that's what matters the most. So, look, that was a situation right there. Kelly dropped back to pass. We had good job in the secondary, but our defensive front didn't get over pursue and get themselves out of the lane. Debo Scott did a really good job. His defensive end position was able to chase Kelly out of bounds and not give up any yards right there, because that's where he can become really dangerous.
2nd down and 10 for Prairieville from their own 29-yard line. Kelly will wait for it. He gets it, goes to his right. Will option it out to Wallace. Wallace will get to the 30, the 35, stays on his feet, and will get to the 40-yard line. Will be enough for a first down. Looks like they're going to put him at the 39, actually, but enough to move the sticks.
Good little option play right there from Prairieville. Just Kelly making the read, then getting the pitch out to the running back. And this year they're more of a spread offense. Last year they were pretty much I formation and ran a lot of options. So they still got some of those concepts, but out of a spread offensive look this season.
1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line for the Hurricanes. Kelly rolls to his left, looking to throw, has pressure coming, and he is going to be sacked back in the backfield for a loss on the play. Flag comes out with the tackle.
I'm going to disagree with that call. They're going to call face mask. We didn't grab the face mask. Our hand might have hit the face mask, but this isn't the NFL. Like, you got to grab it and pull it in high school to get a penalty, and I just don't think we grabbed it and pulled it right there. I saw the hand go across. I'm sorry. It's going to be on Sagan, who made the tackle for the sack, and I saw his hand look like it hit on the helmet, but we didn't grab a face mask and pull it. And in the NFL, they really protect those quarterbacks. You breathe on them, they're going to throw a flag, but this isn't the NFL, and I didn't see a grasp of the face mask at all.
Well, you knew what it was going to. I mean, as soon as he hit him, the flag came out, so you knew what it was going to be. 1st and 10 now, the 49-yard line. Here's a quick throw that is going to be in the flat. Wait to see who that was on the carry for Prairieville. There are white jerseys with those light Seattle.
The lime green
the
is
lime
not
green.
Easy to see the numbers.
No, it is not. But that was tight end Aiden Paul on the reception for the Hurricanes. Gets across midfield into Yellow Jacket territory at the 49-yard line. 3:27 left here in the first.
I did see our left defensive end, Devin Mack, do a great job of sprinting down the line of scrimmage to make that tackle.
On 2nd down and 8, Kelly from the shotgun again will get the snap, rolls to his left, going to keep it himself, gets to the Yellow Jacket 40. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and Kelly is in for the touchdown. 49 yards.
We've said it a lot in this first quarter. The quarterback can run the football, and they did a good job of blocking out in front of him, just a quarterback sweep, and a good job of blocking up front by Prairieville. The receivers on the edge made their blocks, and then Kelly got to the corner and took it to the house.
Sure did. It will be Corbin Usner to attempt the extra point with 3:09 left here in the first quarter. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and through the uprights, extra point is good. Denham Springs 10, Prairieville 7, back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, El King Company, Performance Collision Center, Denny Pauline with 5-Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs. We thank you so much for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets football. Mitch, I'm convinced that these referees have a date tonight because they are change of possessions, change of scores.
They are between change of possessions.
They must be trying to get the big mics to stay. Keep them
talk about Prairieville though. Like they are not uncomfortable playing from behind. You mentioned they fell behind 15-0 to Live Oak last week and came back. They fell behind very quickly 7-0 to EA, came back and won. And right here, down 10-0. They answered it with a touchdown.
Tanner Kerner will pick it up at the 15, gets to the 20, the 25, will be tripped up just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their own 29 to start this one.
All right, so it's up to the Jacket offense to keep that momentum going forward. 2 drives, 2 scoring drives to start the game, and would love to keep that going, getting a lot of yards. Running the football, we've had some good success. Hadn't had to go to the air a whole lot. Really, I guess Hayden Ray's was a touchdown pass, but we only threw it about 2 yards downfield. Really threw it in the backfield, I guess, because you can be blocking out in front of them. So just keep that going.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets starting this drive with 3:03 left in the first quarter and a 3-point lead. Goldman from the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near sideline will get the snap. Will hand it off. That is going to be Tanner Kerner in the backfield. Will get across the 30. Be brought down about the 31, maybe the 32-yard line.
Looked like we had a lot more room there to run, but the Prairieville defensive lineman there did a really good job of getting off a block. We had it initially covered. I think that was Gabriel Ford, number 77, I believe. Yep. I said those jerseys are hard to know. What? Okay, got it. That's
Gabriel Ford is 77.
Yeah, but he's up. But that was Brody Krill who bounced off and made the tackle right there. And so he did a good job of fighting off a block.
2nd down and 7, their own 32-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. It will be a handoff. Nope, fake the handoff, looking to throw. He does. That is going to be Sean Goldman with a great catch across midfield as he gets into Prairieville territory to the Prairieville 45-yard line. Faked me out on the handoff to Kerner, and it's a 1st down. That's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Visit Big Mike's website and check it out on Facebook. That's Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
Yeah, that's just our player being a little bit better than their player, going out and making a play. Jamar and Meady, a senior defensive back for Prairieville, was right on top of Sean Goldman, but a very good throw by Jean, put it in a very good spot. Sean Goldman made the catch with tough coverage on top of him to get the 1st down.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets. Prairieville 45-yard line now. Goldman from the shotgun will hand it off to Kerner this time, who will get across the 45. They'll give him the 44-yard line with forward progress.
And that was number 77, Gabriel Ford, making the tackle. That's the first time we've, other than the goal line plays that we've run it, it's really gotten stuffed up in there on the inside. Prairieville did a good job of bouncing off the blocks early in that run play.
Minute 40 left here in this first quarter. Denham Springs 10, Prairieville 7, and it is 2nd down for the Yellow Jackets, 2nd and 9 from the Prairieville 44-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun will get Hayden Ray lined up on the edge of the right side. Here is a snap. We'll throw it to Hayden Ray. Makes the first guy miss, gets to the 40-yard line.
He did make the first guy miss, but the safety did a good job. He came downhill quickly. That was the play we scored on earlier up on the left side to Hayden Ray. But this time the safety came downfield very quickly. Cade Hebert, junior safety. He didn't make the initial tackle. Hayden Ray made him miss, but the time it took for him to sidestep him allowed the defense to catch up to him, and was able to get a little group tackle going there at the end of the play.
Approaching the 1-minute mark here. We'll actually have hit the 1-minute mark. It is 50 seconds left here in this first quarter. 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Prairieville 40-yard line. Goldman going to throw it. Has Trey Seals, far sideline. Has a 1st down and more as he'll be pushed out of bounds around the Prairieville 30-yard line. But let's make that a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets 1st down. Big Mike's delivers through Grubhub or DoorDash. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
Very good read right there, Jean Goldman. We only needed 5 yards. 3 receivers up top as the 2 receivers went deeper down the field. Trey Seals sitting near the line of scrimmage uncovered. Jean got out there to him quickly, was able to get the catch, move upfield, and get the yards needed for the 1st down.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets, Prairieville 28-yard line. Goldman out of the shotgun. Seals in motion. Here is a snap. We'll give it to to Kerner. Kerner bounces off the left side, gets to the 25, spins around, and will finally be brought down at about the 23-yard line of the Hurricanes. Could be the last play of the quarter here as it clicks down to 8 seconds left. All right, that will do it for first quarter action here from Yellow Jackets Stadium. Denham Springs 10, Prairieville 7. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
Sunshine Cleaners is a family-owned dry cleaning business that has operated in the greater Baton Rouge area since 1995. Let Sunshine Cleaners' knowledgeable, professional, and friendly staff take care of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Whether you drop off or they pick up at your home or office, Sunshine Cleaners makes it easy and convenient. Sunshine Cleaners, Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs, with locations at Walker and Baton Rouge. Visit sunshinecleaners.net.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets football on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe. Get involved in the chat there. Give your opinion of the black jerseys if you want, or do not. We are on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. It is great to have you along here with us. An exciting first quarter there. Teams kind of traded blows. Yellow Jackets come out 10-7 with the end of the first quarter. As we head to the second now, Yellow Jackets are going to try to finish this one off here.
Yep, we've moved it down. Is the red zone the 20 or the 25? Where would you consider the red
20,
zone?
yeah,
the 20,
close,
so
yeah.
we're knocking on the door of the red zone.
Yes.
One more first down and we'll be in the red zone.
From the Prairieville 23-yard line, it will be second down and 5. Here is Goldman, pistol formation, fakes the handoff, rolls, looking for Sean. It is going to be caught around the 10-yard line at the 5 and going out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. Don't like that.
Is he going to try and call lineman downfield? I thought the ball was thrown long before this referee worried about throwing a flag for lineman downfield. I mean,
great
maybe
throw.
So. I mean, we were watching. Yeah, it was a good throw, good comeback route. Sean ran a good deep route down the field, then came back down toward the sideline, and a good throw and a good catch. But just going to call a lineman downfield, and maybe it was. I just know that when he threw the flag, we were already like out of bounds with the football by that point. They threw the flag really late, but I was watching the routes and didn't see if we had a guy there downfield or not, so can't really give you a thumbs up or thumbs down on that call.
Keeps it at second down, so brings it back to 2nd and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be 2nd and 10 back at the original line of scrimmage, which is the 28-yard line. Goldman will send Kerner in motion, will get the snap, going to keep it himself. He will be to the 25-yard line, makes the move, he gets to the 20, tiptoes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That's going to be the quote of the night, tiptoes out of bounds.
No, this is...
Another flag? No.
No, we got a flag for holding. They're going to call Nate Black. I was really worried he's about to get a 15-yard tacked on top of it after the play. I thought the ref was about to throw a second one, but we should have had the ball down inside the 5, and now 2 penalties are going to back us up and put us in a dangerous situation here as far as to keep this drive alive. We got our work cut out for us now.
Yes, you do, because it is 2nd and a mile.
Interesting. We've done a lot of sets tonight with Preston Carmichael in at tight end and Hayden Ray sitting right on the wing with him. Not the true 4-wide set that we've run a lot of. This was more had a tight end in there a lot in that first quarter.
2nd down and 20 for the Yellow Jackets now back at their own 38-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun gets it, rolls to his right. Pressure is coming. He escapes it, directs some traffic, throws it downfield. Going to be caught by Sean. Sean escapes the tackle, gets to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Goldman to Goldman. Touchdown, Denham Springs.
I'm going to give Sean Goldman a lot of credit on that one. He wasn't open by a wide margin. He did a good job of catching the throw up high. He jumped up and caught it as the defender was there trying to break it up. But not only did he catch it, but then the defender trying to break it up wasn't able to get the ball and wasn't able to make the tackle either. Sean spun out of it, sprinted upfield the rest of the way for a touchdown. And I guess when you get to 2nd and 20, just go ahead and dial up the old 40-yard touchdown play. That works out well.
38 yards officially. And the extra point is going to be blocked. Was that blocked?
Okay, pulled it.
Okay, blocked. Right. Yep. No good, man. Don't like that. So, okay. All right. It'll be Denham Springs 16, Prairieville 7. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets football.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets football. Coming up after this kickoff, we will have the Brandon Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for you. But Yellow Jackets do finish it off with a touchdown, 38-yard Goldman-to-Goldman connection, and the extra point by Bravo was no good. Here's a squib kick to the Hurricanes. It is going to be picked up. That is going to be by Daigle, and Daigle is going to be brought down at his own 37-yard line. But that does bring us to the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Jana Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net.
That was a 71-yard scoring drive. It took 3 minutes and 28 seconds off the clock. The Yellow Jackets converted a 38-yard touchdown. John Goldman to Sean Goldman, twin brother to twin brother. And the Yellow Jackets take a 16-7 lead after the extra point was no good. And with 11:35 left in the second quarter, the Yellow Jackets lead 16-7.
All right, it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line for the Hurricanes. Kelly going to roll, looks to throw. He does, has his receiver open and is going to get across midfield. That was Chance Jackson with the reception and a big first down for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, it's up to the defense to step up right here. They've done a pretty fair job in the first quarter, but the one big play, 49-yard touchdown run by Skylar Kelly has kept Prairieville in the game within distance right now, and need the defense to step up and get a stop.
1st and 10 from the Yellow Jacket 48-yard line now for the Hurricanes. Kelly will walk up to the line, kind of slowing it down here a little bit. We'll back up, gets it out of the shotgun. We'll get the snap. We'll hand it off. That is going to be to Wallace, I believe, again. Try to make sure I got that right number for you.
I believe it was Wallace. Yep. A little bit, it's hard to see. Like I said, those lime green numbers aren't easy to see. Look for his shoes, though.
Yes,
for future reference.
Yes, okay.
Wallace has the bright green shoes on, so I think if Parker Feist is another guy that comes in at running back, if he doesn't have lime green shoes, then we can tell the difference.
Going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Hurricanes. Yellow Jacket 46-yard line. Kelly from the shotgun will send a man in motion. That is Daigle. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Wallace. Wallace will get across the 45. Will be tackled at the 43-yard line. Will be 3rd down now for Prairieville.
All right, defense needs to step up here. Might be a spot where Prairieville may decide to be 4-down territory, so we might have to have 2 plays here to make this stop.
Mentioned Caden Allen earlier with a tackle. You mentioned he is leading the team with 57 total tackles, 46 of those solo. Pretty good stat so far for Caden Allen.
Both our inside linebackers doing a good job. Cedric Polk's got a lot of tackles. He's right in there.
Angel Morrow as well. Both have 52 tackles each.
They might have to call a timeout here. They about to.
On 3rd down, Kelly will get it, rolls to his left. Pressure is coming. He is going to escape Debo Scott, and Cedric Polk will push him out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It will be 4th down now for the Hurricanes.
He did escape Debo, but Debo did a good job of. That was a lot of open field, and he made him twist around and then loop back underneath and allowed Cedric to stop him. Unless Cedric Polk got there before they picked up the 1st down.
Going to be 4th and short now for the Hurricanes from the Yellow Jacket 39-yard line. Kelly will go under center, toss it in the backfield. It is going to be a throw downfield. It is going to be a turnover on downs, a little trickeration, no good, and it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Your local tree service in Denham Springs is Louisiana Tree Pro. Louisiana Tree Pro is a licensed and insured arborist. Louisiana Tree Pro is the only company in the parish that has a saw head, so they can remove trees by remote, making the job safer and more efficient. Louisiana Tree Pro specializes in emergency removal of trees on homes, and they're experienced with billing insurance companies. And Louisiana Tree Pro offers free quotes. Denham Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro. Visit treeprola.com.
Welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football. Going to be 1st and 10 for Denham Springs, their own 39-yard line with 9:20 left here. It is going to be first down. Going to be a handoff to Brenton Paul. Paul will get to the 44-yard line.
Well, that was a nice trick play Prairieville ran right there on 4th down. It looked like they snuck a running back under center to run a quarterback sneak. Then they pitch it to the quarterback who's back there behind him, and Kelly rolling to his right, then throws it to a receiver sprinting down the field. They had us fooled on that, but we did have pressure on Kelly when he got the toss, so he wasn't able to just sit there and take his time and make an easy throw downfield. So at least the pressure in his face forced the throw behind the receiver.
2nd and 5 now from their own 44-yard line. Another handoff to Brenton Paul. Gets across the 45, trying to fight for some positive or some extra yardage, and he will get to the 48. Will be 3rd and short now here for Denham Springs.
And I just go back to that last drive. That 3rd down play, Debo Scott, he didn't make the sack, but he made Kelly dance around a long time to try and get around him, and that allowed Cedric Polk to make the stop before Kelly got the 1st down, and it forced the 4th and short. So now here the Jackets are playing a 3rd and short.
Yep, going to be 3rd down and 1 to go for Denham Springs from their own 48-yard line. Goldman, empty backfield. Here is a snap. Going to keep it himself. Goes forward, gets to midfield, stays on his feet, gets to the Prairieville 45. He'll be tackled inside the 45-yard line. That's a 1st down for Denham Springs. A Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Happy hour, 3 to 7 weekdays and all day on Sunday. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
And as I mentioned earlier, we're going a little bit more 11 personnel. That's 1 tight end and 1 running back. Preston Carmichael playing tight end. Is in the ball game an awful lot today. Hayden Ray sitting at a little fullback spot, kind of right off his hip, getting a little bit more of a power running game going, and that's exactly what we needed on that 3rd and short.
Will be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, Prairieville 44-yard line. Will be Goldman from a pistol formation. Will get the snap, fix the handoff to Kerner. Will get it to Hayden Ray. Ray trying to turn upfield. Will get to the 40 and be pushed out of bounds at about the Prairieville 39-yard line.
Still a pretty good play right there, though. Just keeps the Prairieville defender spread out. I mean, it looks like he didn't get a whole lot of yards, but that was 6 yards almost, it looks like, on 1st down. And it keeps those outside backers from crunching in there tight, squeezing in, trying to stop the run plays, and it just, keeps us really balanced like that. We can throw it wide. We can run it up the middle. Got a really good thing going right now with the offensive unit.
It is going to be 2nd down and 5 for Denham Springs, 39-yard line of Prairieville. Will be a handoff in the backfield. Brenton Paul gets to the 35, picks up the 1st down. He'll be tackled shy of the 30, but making another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets 1st down. Children friendly, great food, and locally owned by Big Mike O'Neill. That's Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
As this game wears on, you have to like what we see right now. The offense is able to get a good push, run on those inside runs. We're able to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards off of it. The more plays we run, the longer to the game we get. We're going to wear that Prairieville defense out. And, that's what we hope to see progress throughout the game.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets. It will be Prairieville 32-yard line. Handoff in the backfield to Brenton Paul. He is going to be hit and brought down for about a yard, gained at best.
Give him 2 yards.
Well, 2 yards, okay.
And look, he was really hit about 2 yards deep in the backfield, so he did a good job fighting forward for 4 positive yards, which ended up being 2 yards total, or maybe 3. Look where they marked him at the 30. So that was a
generous spot.
About a 2.5 yard gain right there, but he got hit in the backfield and did a good job of pushing forward to pick up some yards.
Yep, so it will be 2 yards officially, huh? Yeah. Right at the 30-yard line of Prairieville. Here is a handoff again. Finds a little burst, and he will get across the 25 to the 20. Waiting for the mark here.
There's going to be a flag out here.
Oh, I see the flag now, yep.
But it was thrown in an awkward spot. Not sure what it may be. Yeah, come on. That's about the 5th penalty they've called on Denham here in a quarter and a half. You ever seen the old NFL films, Bum Phillips?
Oh, yeah.
That's 3 holding calls on one team in a quarter and a half. It ain't funny.
Right.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I mean, I just because we're wearing them out up front, I don't know that necessarily means we're holding on everyone. And so, but I would think penalty-wise, that's about 5 on us so far.
Too many. Let's call it that.
I know a big one on the face mask that helped keep that drive alive for Prairieville that they did get their 7 points on right after it.
2nd down and 17 now from the Prairieville 40-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. It will be Goldman. A pistol formation will fake the handoff, looking to throw quickly. He does. It is off the fingertips of Trey Sills as it went into the air. A little dangerously there, but falls to the turf, and it will be third down now for Denham Springs.
A little bit of a high throw, but Seals went up to try and catch it when they bring it down. So facing a third and really long. I know we've had a lot of success here early on in this game, but just want Jean to be real smart with it right here. Don't get carried away. If we don't have anything open, don't throw it into a lot of coverage here. If we have to punt from the 40, we should be able to pin them back down the field and make them use a long field on their next possession.
Going to be third down 17 from the Prairieville 40-yard line. Goldman will get it, rolls to his right, looks to throw. He does. It is going to be caught by Sean at the 30-yard line. It will be short of a first down by about 8 yards.
But that's a good play because we got half of it. Now at 4th and 8, we can go for it from the 30-yard line. That play wasn't designed to get 20-17 yards, get the first down. We wanted to pick up half of it, and that's what we got. And now at 4th and 8, we're going to take a shot at it from the 30.
All right, it will be 4th down and 8 for the Yellow Jackets from the Prairieville 30-yard line. 4:55 left here in this first quarter. Denham Springs 16, Prairieville 7. Goldman from the shotgun. Gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw. Now he's going to throw it downfield. Got an open receiver. Trey Seals wide open in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Goldman, Trey Seals on 4th down. Yellow Jackets extend the lead.
That play has been 2 or 3 weeks in the making right there. That's Trey Seals running the little out route. He had a lot of success last week running the out route at about 5 yards. Tonight, the first play of the game, he ran that out route at 5 yards. Well, he ran an out and up this time. We cleared out with the outside receiver. Trey Seals ran out to the sideline, then turned up and went deep. Prairieville bit on the out route, and he was open for the touchdown. Good throw and a good catch and a great call.
Extra point is on the way. It is going to be through the uprights. Extra point is good. Denham Springs 23, Prairieville 7. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy and Gift Shop, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Quality Furniture Restoration. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football. Quick score update for you. We'll keep an eye on this one. Walker and Dutchtown are tied up at 7 apiece. I don't say this often. I'll say it tonight. Go Wildcats. That would be awesome. We need them to win. We need Live Oak to pull up an upset with East Ascension. So go Eagles, go Wildcats. Livingston Parish, let's go for the sweep tonight. Here's the kickoff from the 40-yard line to the 30. Now to about the 35-yard line. It'll be first down for the Hurricanes, but that's another Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Jana Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net.
That was a 61-yard scoring drive. It took 4 minutes and 42 seconds off the clock. Finished up with a Jean Goldman to Trey Seals, 30-yard touchdown pass, and with 4:28 left in the second quarter, the Yellow Jackets take a 23-7 lead.
All right, so it will be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes now with 4:32 left here in this. They will start this one from their own 35. 4:32, 1st and 10. Kelly from the shotgun will get the snap, hands it off to Wallace. Wallace to the 40, to the 45. A nice first down run right there by Hayden Wallace. And you know, he it's almost like a mirror of Brenton Paul. He kind of a big, stocky guy. He gets hit, kind of makes that get rolling downhill, and he's hard to bring down.
He was able to find a little room to run right there and then shot through quickly and took a big tackle by the safety to stop that from being a really big play.
Going to be 2nd and a yard now for the Hurricanes at their own 44-yard line.
Was that Matwire that made that tackle on the last play, I believe?
Yes. Here is a handoff. It is going to be in the backfield.
Really good job by the Jacket defense right there. And that was right there. That was Devin Mack right there making a tackle on the little zone read. They're trying to stretch you out. He can hand it to the receiver running wide, or the quarterback can keep it back on the inside. And the Jackets had both parts covered very well. And a good tackle for Devin Mack on 2nd down.
Yep, going to be 3rd down. It was Chance Jackson from the wide receiver spot. We got a timeout called on the field.
That should be on Prairieville.
Oh, no, it's going to be a false start. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's their first one of the night.
Talking about pulling for people. East Ascension, we'd like them to lose a district game, but they're playing non-district game.
Oh, that's
we
right.
want them to win
that's right.
all their
Live Oak is
non-district
playing
games.
Dutch, yeah.
We want EA to win all of their non-district games, and
Yes.
they're not helping us out right now. If you see the bottom of the screen, the Robert Graves scoreboard at the bottom, and we need them to turn it around over there against Turling's Catholic.
Yep, we sure do. And it was, again, 7-7. Dutchtown and Walker tied up, and it was Santa Maula 14, Live Oak 7. I think I said that wrong a minute ago, but Santa Maula 14-7 over Live Oak. Go Eagles. Third down now for the Hurricanes. Kelly will roll, looking to throw. Pressure is coming. Going to have to throw it out of bounds. It'll be fourth down now for the Hurricanes. A nice pressure right there by Cedric Polk.
Wasn't kidding about pressure coming. Cedric was flying fast at Kelly, made him get rid of it. Good job in the secondary with good coverage there. And the defense now has 2 stops in a row, about to flip it back over to offense, who is just scorching hot right now since district games. You know, we scored 6 out of 7 possessions last week with our first team offense, touchdowns in 6 of 7 possessions. Tonight we've had 4 possessions. We've got 3 touchdowns and a field goal. So I guess that makes 9 of our last 10 possessions we have scored on. Then the week before that, we scored, 63 against Live Oak?
It'll be Luke Lyons, to punt this one away. There's Tanner Kerner back to receive. Gets it at the 25-yard line. Will run out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets after this quick timeout. It is Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 23-yard line to start this drive. It will be Goldman from the shotgun. Here is the snap. We'll fake the handoff. We'll throw it. Has Sean. Sean's at the 45, across midfield to the 45. Tries to make a man miss. He's down the sideline. He may take it all the way. 20, 10, 5, and in for the touchdown. Goldman to Goldman from the 23-yard line. Yellow Jackets. Let's go.
We just said they were scorching hot, and there it was. It took one play. That time, Sean had a lot of separation on his little glance route, the skinny post or deep slant, whatever you want to call it. But then he showed good speed. He made one guy miss downfield and then outran the rest of the Prairieville secondary to go the rest of the way for a touchdown. But the offense is hot, man. They are rolling.
Bravo will come on to attempt the extra point. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. Through the uprights, extra point is good. 3:01 left in this first half. Denham Springs 30, Prairieville 7. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football. The scoring barrage continues for this Yellow Jackets offense. After this kickoff, we'll get you the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. But before Mitch can get to it, well, this would probably be about the shortest one we would need. But we'll wait for the kickoff here because there's always a little bit of excitement.
Who knows what's going to happen on the kickoff?
You really don't. You really have no clue. Here is a kickoff squib kick up the middle. It is going to be fielded by Prairieville at the 30-yard line, and we'll get to about the 33. All right, let's go ahead and get the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Jana Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. Make it a quick one, Mitch.
It was a one-play, 77-yard scoring drive that took 14 seconds for Jean Goldman to find his brother, Sean Goldman, on a glance route and a catch and a run for 77 yards. And then the Yellow Jackets take a 30-7 lead with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the second quarter. Second quarter.
Yep. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes. Ball will be at their own 33-yard line. Green is going to be brought down for a loss on the play. I'll get right back to the line of scrimmage.
They were trying to take a deep shot. They sent 3 receivers deep down the field, but Devin Mack had other ideas. That pocket closed very quickly, and he got there for another what could have been a sack, but Kelly wormed his way back to the line of scrimmage, so I don't think we'll get credit for a sack on that one. But a great defensive play by Devin Mack nonetheless.
First quarter ended with Denham Springs leading at 10-3, and we are now, 10-7. We are now at 30-7. Here is Kelly on second down. Rolls, going to look to throw. Throws it downfield. It is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was Chance Jackson, and it is third down for the Hurricanes.
Good coverage there by Dylan Thomas, a senior cornerback out there. They were running a similar out and up, more like a wheel route there for the receiver for Prairieville, but good coverage out there by Dylan Thomas.
Coming up for the Whistle Stop halftime report, John Fine will be with Yellow Jackets head basketball coach for the boys. It will be Coach Cab joining John here in the booth. We had women's hoops in the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up with Coach Rudy Smith.
Talking a lot of basketball tonight, so I like it.
It's getting going. It is that time of year. Third down now for the Hurricanes, 3rd and 10. Kelly drops back, fires it downfield. It is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver again was Chance Jackson, and it is 4th down for the Hurricanes. Another thing that Coach Beard talked about this is getting Prairieville behind in this game and make them start throwing, which is not what they want to do.
That's not what they want to be able to run the ball. Correct. And keep you off balance, but back-to-back good defensive plays by Dylan Thomas, covering a go route on a slot receiver right there as Prairieville tried to get a matchup on the inside and get their best receiver going downfield, but Dylan Thomas was up to the task 2 times in a row.
On 4th down, it will be Luke Lyons coming on to punt it away for the Hurricanes. Tanner Kerner back to receive. Here is the punt. Kerner will come up and get it at the 40-yard line. He's at the 45. He's at the 50, near sideline. Prairieville 40-yard line, 35. We tackle just shy of the 30-yard line. Flags come in. We'll wait to see what that is about.
It's going to be a face mask. So I saw the head turn on the tackle, and that's going to be, we're going to tack on 15 yards on top of it. And the Yellow Jackets are going to start in the red zone after a great kick return by Tanner Kerner.
Very nice return right there. And, Mitch, that's another thing we had talked about, that the special teams, the coverage, the kickoffs, the one missed extra point here tonight, but overall the special teams has got to be probably one of the most improved units of this Denham Springs team this year.
That's an area they've been working hard to try and limit the bust on that, but not only on the kickoff side playing defense, but how about the offensive side? The opening kickoff, Trey Seals brings it back across midfield. Tanner Kerner now with a great job on the punt return. You know, Luke Wilson, our punter, I think I see him sitting down there next to the Maytag repairman. We haven't seen him in a couple of weeks with the way the offense is moving the ball up and down the field. And so we kind of like that. We like Luke. He's a good kid, but we keep the punter off the field. Yes. We're doing a pretty good job.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They will start this drive at the 18-yard line of Prairieville. Goldman going to keep it himself. He's at the 10-yard line. The 5 going, and he is going to walk it in for a touchdown. Flag comes out.
Wow.
Think that's against us? Touchdown stands. Another flag comes in. Easy.
Well, we're not going to get the touchdown because they're going to call a holding somewhere right around the 3-yard line. And then we're going to go ahead and tack on a silly dead ball foul after it. Coach Beard not very happy with that when you get a chance to really try and put the game away right here. It's hard to say at halftime, but you go up 30 points, you're feeling good about that.
Yes.
But we're going to get a penalty at the goal line, about the 3, which is going to be 10 yards. Then it looks like after the play, we're going to get a little extracurricular going on out there, and I believe that was Bryson McCabe, our center, that's going to get the dead ball foul.
All right, it is going to, let's see, they'll get this figured out here. Coach Beard out at the numbers, trying to get a little explanation.
I mean, you like you guys being aggressive. The offensive line has done a great job, and they're getting a big push, especially out there tonight. They've done a good job blocking up front for our runners. But then we're going to take what would have been a 10-yard penalty. It takes a touchdown off the board, but we'd still be playing first down from the 13. But the dead ball penalty is going to be the big one. Let's see if it's offsetting by any chance, but...
Yep, as they figure this out, remember, reminder that we come to you on YouTube at DS Jacket
you know what?
Vision.
Hey, I owe Bryson McCabe an apology. So the referee saw whatever it was that got the whole thing started because they called unsportsmanlike against Prairieville. So McCabe obviously was responding back to whatever the guy from Prairieville did to him because it's not even offsetting. The 10-yard penalty took the touchdown away, but then we get a dead ball unsportsmanlike against Prairieville, sets us up 1st and goal from the 7.
We'll make it 1st and goal. It is going to be Goldman. He has Brenton Paul in the backfield. He will wait for the snap. He gets it. Hands it off to Paul. Paul to the 5. Paul to the goal line. And Paul in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Tell you what, your senior guard over there, sophomore guard, Darren Alamon, pulling from the right side, leading around the left end, did a really good job of making that last key block that Brenton Paul needed to get into the end zone. And then, like I said before, that offensive line has done a really good job of getting a big push for the Yellow Jackets to be able to just run it in from the 7-yard line like that, just with a strong, powerful push up front. I know Coach Beard's really excited to see that.
It will be Jonathan Bravo coming on to attempt the extra point. Got to get another lineman set here.
Don't relax. We got time. There's still 16 seconds left on
Bill
the play
Gomez,
clock.
get in there. Go. Dylan Johnson will be the holder. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. Extra point is through the uprights, and the extra point is good. Minute 34 left here in the half. Denham Springs 37, Prairieville 7. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
We welcome back in to Yellow Jackets football. Denham Springs 37, Prairieville 7, with a minute 34 left here in this first half. We're going to let this kickoff happen here from Joseph Herrera, and then we will have you the Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive. Stay tuned for that in just a moment. Here is Herrera. He will kick it off from the 40. Squib kick right up the middle. Goes off the defender. He can't see it. Denham Springs, do they have it? Yellow Jackets have it. Do they have it?
Yes, we do.
Yes, they do. Denham Springs has it. It bounced off of Chance. Excuse me, yeah, that was Chance Jackson. It bounced off of him. He looked up in the air looking for it. He could not find it, and the Yellow Jackets recover it. It is 1st and 10, Denham Springs.
I think that's Chris McKnight that was down the field to scoop it up. And as we mentioned before, don't blink on a kickoff. A lot of crazy things happen for us when we kick the ball off.
Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto Home and Life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Hit it, Mitch.
That was a 17-yard scoring drive, 20 seconds. Only took, it took just 20 seconds off the clock. And with the minute and 34 left in the half, on a Britton Paul 7-yard touchdown, the Yellow Jackets take a 37-7 lead. But we ain't done yet because we got the ball back.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Prairieville 29-yard line. Minute and a half left here in the half. Goldman dances around, takes a shot downfield. It is going to be intercepted at the 5-yard line, and it will be a turnover. First one that we have had in this one.
Got greedy on that one. Took a little shot trying to get his brother down the field on the go route, hoping they would bite maybe on Trey Seals on a shorter route. Prairieville had it covered. That'd have been one maybe for Jean just trying to throw away and then live to play second down. But Prairieville is pinned back at the 3-yard line, and we do have all 3 timeouts, so the scoring might not be done yet for the half.
Well, for the second quarter, I've officially run out of slots to right possession. So that's a good thing for Denham Springs because that means score.
I'm just so excited about what we've been seeing. We saw it in the Jamboree. We kind of stubbed our toe a little bit the first half against Hammond, but when that first half against Central was like, this offense is going to be really good this year. They're going to be fun to watch, and that sure has played out.
From their own 3-yard line now for the Hurricanes, it will be Kelly from the shotgun. He's going to throw it downfield. It is going to be incomplete, unable to bring it in.
Jaden Washington over there with a great job at corner. No,
what? I saw the ball hit the turf.
It was an incomplete pass.
Yes, it definitely hit the turf. Come on, somebody.
Okay,
look, they've got to talk to each other.
The referee in the center of the field saw the ball on the ground.
I was about to say, I saw that.
One official running down the field from trailing the play was trying to call it a catch, but the referee in the center of the field was watching the whole way and saw it loose.
Chance Jackson sold it pretty well to that official over there. Got to give him a little credit.
But that was the third time in the last, I guess, 3 plays really for Prairie where they've tried to take some deep shots there with Chance Jackson, and then that was up to the task for Jaden Washington with great coverage and a great job of breaking that up.
Stops the clock with 1:16 left here in the half. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Hurricanes from their own 3-yard line. Kelly will work it from the shotgun. Wallace in the backfield to his left. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Wallace. Wallace to the 5 and will be brought down. Nope. Escapes the first tackle, goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Angel Morrow had a chance to make a tackle at about the 7-yard line, but Running back was able to spin out of that and did a good job, but still bringing up a third down. The hit that Morrow had on him forced him out of bounds. So if the Jackets can get a stop here, you're going to have Prairieville punting the ball back to us with plenty of time to get more points on the board.
Well, nobody has used a timeout in this first half so far. Yellow Jackets with all three, Prairieville with all three of theirs. It'll be third down for the Hurricanes. Kelly rolls, dances around. This is where he's dangerous. Gets to the 15, and he'll be brought down at the 15-yard line, just enough to move the sticks, and a late flag comes in.
Okay, up top.
Yep. Looks like it's going to go against the Yellow Jackets.
It might be the right call. I don't know. That's an odd place to get the face mask. The guy standing on the sideline is calling a face mask on a tackle made in the middle of the field while you have three referees in the middle of the field that none of them threw the flag. But
all right, so it will be against Denham Springs. It was a Skylar Kelly run. And that's what, he just dances around back there just long enough to kind of spread everyone out, and he finds a little seam, and he is very good at it.
That was a key first down for Prairieville to not have to punt it back to us with the punter standing in their own end zone. So they want to make sure we don't get another possession before the half.
Minute 3 left here in the half. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line for the Hurricanes. Pressure is coming. Kelly will escape it. And now a flag comes out, throws it downfield. It is caught on the sideline, but I believe out of bounds. We'll wait to see what that is, but there's a flag.
Now that one should be holding against Prairieville. That was thrown in the spot. And they are asking Coach Beard what he wants to do with it. And he's going to go ahead and back them up. Like I said, we do have our 3 timeouts. So you put them in 1st and 20. We might have a chance with a 3 and out here, them needing 20 yards to get the ball back.
I got to tell you, I was watching the official there give the instructions to Coach Beard. He was really good. That guy could work at the airport the way
He had everything.
I mean,
but the batons,
I could understand exactly what he was saying from up here, just watching it. Just decline, take. All right, it'll be 1st and long now for the Hurricanes. Backs them all the way back to their 10-yard line on the 1st and 20. Kelly from the shotgun. Pressure is coming. He will find Wallace. Wallace will get to the 10, to the 15. That's where he'll be brought down.
Good job by Caden Allen sniffing out that screen, and then Coach Beard did call the timeout right there.
Coach Beard takes his first of the half. We will take it with him as well. 37-7, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Back after this, Yellow Jackets football.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, El King Company, Performance Collision Center, Denny Pauline with 5-Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs. We thank you so much for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Going to be 2nd down and 14 now for the Hurricanes. Empty backfield for Kelly. He will fire it middle of the field. It is going to be incomplete at the 25-yard line. Intended receiver that time. I'm trying to get the number for you. I do apologize. Parker Feist, yes. Okay.
Yep. Sometime running back, sometime slot receiver right there, but good coverage by Jackson Sagan right there to break that up so the Jackets get a stop on the play and don't have to use a timeout. And so now Prairieville is facing a very dangerous 3rd and 14, backed up deep in their own territory.
On 3rd and long, it will be Kelly from the shotgun. Waits for the snap. He will get it, fix the handoff, tries to keep it himself, and he will be stopped for about a 2-yard gain. Nice play right there, and the Yellow Jackets will take their 2nd timeout. We will take it with them as well. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
4th down for the Hurricanes. They will send the punt team out. Here is the punt. Tanner Kerner back to receive. He will get it at the Prairieville 40-yard line, picks it up off the turf, gets to the 35, and will get to the 30-yard line. Well, he'll be brought down. Yellow Jackets with one timeout, 21 seconds left on the clock, and it will be 1st and 10 from the Prairieville 31-yard line.
This will be an interesting spot here. Do we get it? Can we push it all the way to the end zone, or can we just push it about 15 yards and get in field goal range? I would say really about 10 yards would get us in field goal range. And so going to be fun to see what we can pull out right here. We do have a timeout to work with, so we don't have to hug the sidelines at this moment.
37-7, Yellow Jackets with the lead over Prairieville. District 5-5A matchup here from Yellow Jacket Stadium, Week 8 of Yellow Jackets football. Goldman, empty backfield on 1st down, will fire it. It will be caught. That is going to be to the 10, the 5, and in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
Jalen Williams, sophomore receiver. I was talking to Coach Berry before the game, and I mentioned, we've got a guy hurt, Matthew Duvall, one of normally our 5th receiver that comes in the game, and he's injured right now, got injured at practice. And so he said, watch out for the sophomore receiver, Jalen Williams. And sure enough, I swear that was the first play he's been in the game.
I know.
First play he's been in the game, and he goes for a 30-yard touchdown when it comes his way.
Jonathan Bravo will come on to attempt the extra point. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It is through the uprights. Extra point is good. Denham Springs 44, Prairieville 7, and we're back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Okay, we walking back into 2 Yellow Jackets football. I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Here you go, Mitch.
A lot of points.
Yes,
That's
Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for auto, home, and life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Janet Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net. What do you got, Mitch?
We'll watch this kickoff, make sure Prairieville fields it properly, and
they do
but
that
another one-play drive for the Yellow Jackets. It only took 8 seconds to go 31 yards. And a Jalen Williams, right? Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams. I tell you, that's the first varsity play I've seen him in on this season. Maybe he got in as a backup late in the game, one of the other spots, but he came in the game, called a nice route, and took it the rest of the way for a touchdown. And with 13 seconds left in the first half, the Yellow Jackets take a 44-7 lead.
Wow.
Tell you what, Coach Fournier's got a lot of toys to play with. We just talk about all the threats that we have out there on the field with the 2 good runners, a quarterback that can run it or throw it, a good tight end that can make plays, he can block, he can catch the ball, he can run with it, other good receivers, and just add Jalen Williams to the list.
Yep. Must be a good problem to have. With 4 seconds left, it will be quarterback keeper by Kelly, and he is going to be stuffed and hit very hard, and he will go down, and that will do
There's
it.
There's going to be a flag.
There is. Okay,
I don't know what they're going to call. It's Quentin Clay came up with a big hit, but hold it right here because they.
Yeah, I'm going to pick
it up.
I'm going to hold it.
The referee grabbed it in his hand and then never dropped it. Okay, halftime.
Okay, well, there you go. That is going to do it for first half action, and that will send us to the Whistle Stop Halftime Report, brought to you by the Whistle Stop with the same great French cuisine and coffee with fast, friendly service, but now locally owned by former Yellow Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. That is the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs. We head to the half. Denham Springs 44, Prairieville 7. Back after this on the Whistle Stop Halftime Report.
You already know that State Farm agent Brandy Robertson offers great service, but what you probably didn't know is that State Farm also has surprisingly great rates on auto insurance. In fact, customers call them jaw-dropping. And the surprise isn't reserved for just some. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Denham Springs. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Just be sitting down when you do. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Did you know that you no longer need a doctor's order to attend physical therapy in the state of Louisiana? This is Ben Wilson from Peak Performance Physical Therapy, reminding you that if you have an injury, nagging pain, or if you want to simply improve your overall health and well-being, come see us at Peak Performance. Gladly serving the fine people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years, now with 3 locations including Denham Springs, Watson, and Maurepas. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry, closing attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, Modad One Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Local sporting goods store is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Sportin' Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Sportin' Center, more than just a sports store.
Halftime of Yellow Jackets football, Denham Springs leading Prairieville 44-7. I'm John Fine, producer of Denham Springs High School football broadcast. It's the Whistle Stop Halftime Report, and with us right now, the head coach of Denham Springs basketball, Coach Cab. That would be Kevin Caballero. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me, John.
Well, you mentioned at the Denham Springs Athletic Association meeting, and this is a paradox, okay? Because initially, you'd think John's crazy. But if you think about it, I'm going to make a good point here, okay? You want 2 of your key players to not join your team, maybe even more than 2, until mid-December. How's that? How does a basketball coach not want to have his full roster at the beginning of the season? What's that about?
Well, it's nice to have, but it's also nice to be winning out here on the gridiron, and we're excited. It's more than 2. We got about 10, varsity guys out there. We, of course, the 2 I know who you're speaking about, but we're going to make do with these young guys early and see what we got, and they'll gain some experience maybe down the road.
You have a tougher non-conference, or in your case, non-district schedule than LSU. I mean, wow. You win last year, and with winning comes the opportunity to really enhance your non-district schedule. Talk about that, Coach.
Well, we lost some home games. We won't actually play a home game until January the 3rd, and then we get Walsman Wildcats out of Monroe. So it's going to be a big home opener. I hope we can get some people there over the holidays. But we do have some good teams. We're playing North Shore. We play in Walsman, Carroll, Liberty, Zachary, it's going to be a big challenge for us. But the kids are looking forward to it, and we're going to do some traveling this year, and we'll see how it plays out.
Let me say hello to Mama Cab. Mama Cab, hope you're watching and enjoying it. Does she go by Mama Cab?
No, she goes by Nana.
She goes by Nana, okay. All right. How about Nana Cab? I'm negotiating with you, okay?
That'll be fine.
Talk a little bit about last year's run to the top 28. Wow.
Yeah, we had last year, the kids really put it together, had a great year. And, a lot of that was some luck involved with some hard work. And we were fortunate to have Johnny Lombardi and DSTV there to cover it for the year. So it worked out really good. And the kids fell a little short, but, at least they got there. So, and now they miss it. And the fact that, you set a goal to win a state championship, sometimes that's far-fetched, but not any longer.
Well, that's the next question, okay? Coaches in particular, Nick Saban is most known for that around here, says you're not defending a national championship. What happened last year didn't matter, and we just have to look forward to the upcoming season. So that's one sort of philosophy. Another philosophy might be, hey, we made it to the semifinals last year and could have easily went to the finals. Let's build on that, and let's take it 2 steps more. Former or latter? Which one do you subscribe to?
Well, we had some shirts made, and on the back of the shirts it said 1 step closer. And it was because we made it to the quarters a couple of times since I've been here. But it was the first time we made it all the way to the semis. So, I think the kids, we're going to have several seniors, including the Goldman twins. And I think that they want to get back. And I think that's good motivation.
Talk about your coaching staff.
Oh, well, I got a great staff. Tony Sterling, been with me since my days up in Sterlington. Daniel Wingate. Also hired a young man that played for me up at Sterlington, Derek Mitchell. We're going to work him in there, and he's excited. He's come on as a para over at the school. So it's a good staff. All of us on campus interact with the kids on a daily basis, and we look forward to the year.
And Coach Sterling is so proficient at his position, they named a town after him, Sterlington, right? Or no?
Oh no, he's Minden guy. He's up there in northwest Louisiana, but that's where I met him at Sterlington, and he came down here with me when we came.
Talk about your nephew Josh Smith. I know you're very proud of the job he's doing with the Texas Rangers.
Oh yeah, we wish that he could have got a little postseason action. I know he does too, but he and his wife Claire just had a baby, and it's doing well. It's enjoyable. You don't get much done around the house during baseball season if you spend time watching that all the time, but it is a fun thing.
There you go. Who do you like in the World Series?
I got to go with Toronto. Kay Doty is still up there. I think he's at the AA level, and Toronto guy, and he was in town last year, came to one of our games. It's great to see him, and taught him when he was in high school. So I'm going to go with the Blue Jays.
All right, there you go. Now, you didn't get him to play baseball, though, did you?
No.
Basketball, excuse me. My bad.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a great player at Denham Springs High School.
Yes.
Coach, you got season tickets coming up this year.
Yeah, we've had season passes before, but we've opened it up to where you can get them online now, and kind of going a lot of cashless nowadays, and it gives opportunity for people. We don't start at home until January the 3rd, but we will play about 10 home games, and I still have an open date in January, and I'm not going to fill that unless I can fill it with a home game.
Hey, the San Antonio Spurs. Wemby may be coming in, filling that last date, Coach.
Well,
no?
we'll take him.
All right, there you go. You put the twins one on top of the other, and maybe they can match up with Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs. Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on tremendous success at Denham Springs High School. We look forward to doing some of your games this year. Keep up the great work.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing y'all there.
He is Coach Kevin Caballero, the head basketball coach of the Denham Springs boys basketball team. It's halftime, Yellow Jackets football. Denham leading Prairieville 44-7. And it'll be Josh and Mitch when The Whistle Stop Halftime Report continues after this pause on Yellow Jackets football. Denham Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Use Safe and Lock, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Michon and Associates General Contractors, Sport Clips, and Safe Voyage Tattoo. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses. The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
Hi, I'm Jacob Neal, a nurse practitioner at North Oaks Urgent Care. When you're not feeling your best, whether it's an illness, injury, or something in between, you shouldn't have to wait to feel better. That's why we're here for you every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 4 convenient locations. Walk-ins are always welcome, or you can save time by reserving your spot online at northoaks.org/urgent care. We're here to provide expert care right when you need it.
North Oaks Health System, improving lives every time, every touch.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Aber, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Aber, and Angel.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Shay Landry, closing attorney, milestone title, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Baton Rouge KOA Campground of Denham Springs, Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, Quality Furniture Restoration, and Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in to the Whistle Stop Halftime Report. It is Denham Springs 44. It is Prairieville 7. And the Yellow Jackets with an explosive first half there just keeps this thing rolling. So we are going to try to see how quick we can actually get through this scoring recap there in the first half.
Well,
and
off the top of my head, it's going to be 7 possessions, 7 scoring drives for the Jackets.
Very good, Mitch.
Nope,
yes.
we threw a pick.
One interception. You're right.
One play, one pick. Yep.
All right, first, Denham Springs started off from the Prairieville 47-yard line. It would be a 24-yard field goal by Bravo with 8:18 left in the first quarter. It was Denham Springs 3-0 over Prairieville. It would be a blocked punt the next possession for Prairieville. Denham Springs would then get it from the Denham Springs 49-yard line, and they would be a that was Hayden Ray, 27 yards, extra point was good. At that point, it was 10-0 Yellow Jackets over the Hurricanes. Prairieville would score on the next drive. It would be a Kelly 49-yard touchdown run. The extra point was good. And then it was 10-3 left in the first quarter, and it would end that way. Am I getting that right? No, I don't know why I wrote 3. 10-7 at the end of the first quarter. All right, second quarter, it would be Goldman to go. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Goldman to Goldman, 38-yard touchdown. Extra point was no good on that. It was 16-7 at that point. Then it would be a Trace Hills, 30-yard touchdown. Extra point was good with 4:38 left in the second quarter. It was 22-7. Then it would be a Goldman to Goldman, second one of the night, 77 yards with 3:01 left in the second quarter. Extra point was good. It was then 32-7. It would then be a Brenton Paul 7-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good. That was with 1:34 left in the half. And then it would be Another score right there at the end of the half. With 21 seconds left, Yellow Jackets would get the ball, and they would go on to score. It was a 30-yard. Yep, Jalen Williams. Didn't even have him on the depth chart. But that just goes to show you how many different people can score in this offense. And we went off air there, Mitch, like what is going on here? This team is just, and I talked to Coach Beard earlier about the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. I said it's not saying keep it going anymore. It is now do your job, and they have done that to perfection at this point.
They really have, and it's just like we've just been mentioning, really started with the Southern Lab game, put up over 40 points in that game, but then you went and played Live Oak and scored 63 points, and really the last half of the fourth quarter was just trying to milk the clock and get out of there and get that one over with. And then last week against Dutchtown, we scored 6 out of 7 possessions with the first team offense, scored touchdowns. And tonight in the first half, 7 of 8 possessions ended with a score, just the one deep ball on one play. Speaking of one play, I mean, we had 2 one-play touchdown drives. I think there was a 2-play touchdown drive. Like, we have some really quick scoring drives. It doesn't take long for the Jacket offense to move it up and down the field.
It absolutely does not. And, I mean, 7 of, geez, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, 1, 2. Okay, anyway. Well, just the one interception there where they were taking a shot towards the end zone, you said got a little greedy, but at that point, let your quarterback is playing stay loose anyway.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to take our final timeout here. When we come back, we will have you ready for second half action from Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is Denham Springs 44, Prairieville 7, and we're back after this on the Whistle Stop Halftime Report.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs, Cypress Pharmacy and Gift Shop, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, the Law Office of Ivy L. Graham, Family Specialist, and Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care in Central. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in to the Whistle Stop Halftime Report. That will do it for the Whistle Stop Halftime Report, brought to you by the Whistle Stop with the same great French cuisine and coffee with fast, friendly service, but now locally owned by former Yellow Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. That is the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs. Mitch, I would ask you keys to the second half, but there's no need for it. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Keys to the second half. Keep it up.
Yes, keep going. I got a funny story when we have a second here. We'll wait till this kickoff, but I noticed that Coach Beard stopped wearing his hat a few weeks ago. So I asked him about that today because I just picked up on it, and there's a great story behind it.
All right.
Story time coming up. All right, it will be Yellow
I think
Jackets.
you got a little time. The referee's walking back there.
Well, they're sneaky fast. All right, so we are ready to go from Yellow Jacket Stadium here. Second half action. It will be Herrera to kick it off from the 40-yard line. District 5 5A contest here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Herrera will step up, puts the boot into it, squib kick up the middle. It will be picked up at the 30-yard line by the Hurricanes. Escape the first tackle, gets to the 35, far sideline, goes out of bounds around the 12-yard line. On the return was Braylon Williams for the Hurricanes. All right, so we'll switch here. Prairieville will start. Was it right at their own 40?
Yes, 40-yard line.
Yep. Prairieville will.
So why does Coach Beard not wear a hat?
After the incident at East Ascension, the next game he wore his hat off to say hats off to you guys who were suspended for that game. And he said, and we've been playing lights out ever since, so I'm keeping it off.
All right, there you go.
I thought that was a good story. It will be Kelly, looks to option it. Now will keep it himself. He is going to be hit and brought down as he is planted into the turf. Bryson Smith brings him very, what's the word, like a tree falling down.
Timber. I don't know.
Timber, there you go.
But, Skylar Kelly tried to run an option play right there. Bryson Smith pretty much played the quarterback and the pitch at the same time. Kelly tried to fake the pitch. Bryson didn't fall for it, stayed there, was able to make the tackle.
Will be second down now for the Hurricanes. Second down and 7. Ball at their own 43-yard line. Kelly from the shotgun will send a man. Will send a man in motion. Excuse me.
I just want to didn't talk about it at halftime, but Prairieville being 3-1 at this point in the season, just Coach Schmidt and his staff and what they have done, they still have a lot of sophomores and juniors, not a whole lot of seniors right now out there on the field for Prairieville. Of course, last year being the first year as a school, and they jumped right into 5A football play, and to see how far they've come at this point in the year already, they are fighting for a playoff spot, and they are right there on the edge of trying to get a playoff spot in just year 2. I don't think anybody saw that coming. I don't think anybody saw them with 3 district wins already at this point, but they've really done a great job this year.
Going to be third. Going to be 3rd and 4. I just lost my voice.
Sound like me a couple weeks ago. Going to get you some peppermints up here and get that cleared out.
Keep it going. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try to power through this. Lord have mercy.
Need a little water up here. You drank it all in the first half.
What? Just drank it because I was choking. All right. Let's see. I picked up a little cold in Chicago last week. Thought it was doing okay until just now.
But you look at the score, like 44-7, and if you hadn't paid attention, you think, well, Prairieville, they're not very strong. It's just the second year. Well, no, they are 3-1 and tied for the district lead at this point, and have played some really good football lately, and the Jackets have just been that good tonight.
They will punt it away now on 4th and 4. Tanner Kerner going back, gets it at the 25-yard line. Fair catch. We're back after this timeout. It is Yellow Jackets football.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 26-yard line. Gets it to Hayden Ray around the 30. They'll give him his forward progress to the 31-yard line. Nice first down play right there as I slowly get my bearings back. Sorry about that.
Starting to sound better. So
Jeez.
Sounds like you're going to make a comeback.
You know who is not going to make a comeback? The Hurricanes. We hope.
We sure hope not.
That would be
an epic comeback.
Yes.
It would be epic.
Historical. All right, second down now for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be 2nd and 5, ball at their own 31-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun will get the snap. We'll give it to Kerner. Kerner tries to go off the left side and will be stood up after about a 2-3 yard gain.
Speaking of epic comebacks, I was in the PMAC on that Mardi Gras, was it, I believe, when Kentucky came back from
Was that
31
when the ice
down,
storm was
30,
going on?
No,
okay.
It was in like 94, I believe it was. They were down 31, 32, 33 points to LSU and came back and won that game. I was at that game.
Third down and 2 now for the Yellow Jackets. Ball at their own 34-yard line. Goldman from a pistol formation will get the snap, hands it to Kerner. Kerner gets to the 35, has the first down and more, as he will get to his own 38-yard line. But that is Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Book your Christmas party now at Big Mike's. Call them today. Do not wait. It will fill up. That is Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill.
We were missing some Big Mike's first downs because we kept going one play touchdown.
I was actually just thinking that.
We weren't getting first downs. We were just getting touchdowns. We'd get the ball and then 30-yard touchdown. Get the ball and then what was Sean Goldman's 77-yard touchdown very quickly.
I think everyone around here is just in awe still of what this offense has been doing over the last month. Here is Goldman. We'll hand it off to Kerner. Kerner trying to go off the left side, gets to the 45-yard line and gets to the 47. It'll be second and short, but you talk about those first down runs, just picking up little chunks of yard. That's a good one right there.
And quite honestly, tonight, and really a lot the last couple of weeks too, like it's not a lot of third downs having to pick up some key conversions. We're getting 7 or 8 yards almost a play. It's like 2nd and 3, first down, 2nd and 4, first down. Like that was 9 yards on first down.
2nd and 1 from their own 47-yard line for Denham Springs. It is Goldman, hands it off to Kerner. Kerner goes off the left side and will be right at the first down marker, waiting for the signal to move the sticks. Waiting, and
looks like it will be a first down. They're
gonna measure this? Nope,
they
first down. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill, Jackets first down. Book your, we did Christmas party already. Cater your next party at Big Mike's with Big Mike's Catering Menu. That's Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
You know what we haven't talked about at Big Mike's? Line dancing.
That's coming up.
You haven't brought that
Stay
one up
tuned.
yet.
Well, I mean, do we want first downs or who wants scores? We want them both, actually. First and 10, Yellow Jackets. Here is a handoff again. Heavy dose of Tanner Kerner. He is spun around for a 1-yard gain.
Good job there by Eric Williams, linebacker for Prairieville. And as I mentioned, not a whole lot of seniors out there on the field. That was one of them there for Prairieville, playing hard. And I know they're, like I said, really proud of what they are setting there for the future of Prairieville here just in year 2, already setting the mark of getting their first district win earlier this year. Now they're fighting for a playoff spot.
At the 10 seed right now for the Yellow Jackets, if the power ratings were to start today, here's a pass out of bounds looking for Hayden Ray. And, Mitch, the first half moved so quick, it didn't get a lot of opportunity to talk about it. But right now, Denham Springs sits at 10. They are the highest rated team in the district in power ratings. And, it's what happens ahead of you that Ruston and West Monroe, who are 1 and 2, they got to play a little bit later on in the season. Week 10, as a matter of fact, Parkway has to play Evangel Week 10. Like, there's some things that could move a little bit, but how much do they move when it's good teams? It's hard to say, but
you'd really like to go ahead and try and win out and get a top 8 seed where you're going to get at least a home game the first 2 rounds if you're able to get there.
Here is Goldman on third down now. He will have the receiver on the far sideline. That is going to be Brenton Paul, who moves the sticks for the Yellow Jackets. Make that a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. Jackets first down. Live music on weekends, trivia monthly, and what is it, Mitch? Line dancing when?
Line dancing on
Wednesdays,
right?
That's right. Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. You act like you're not there every Wednesday. All right, first down for the Yellow Jackets. They get into Prairieville. They will be from the Prairieville 36.
That third down conversion, Brenton Paul, when a lot of times we've been seeing him run the football lately and running it really well, but he was split out at receiver right there and caught the short pass and got the first down.
Here is Goldman. We'll hand it off to Kerner. Kerner gets across the 35. We brought down to about the 33-yard line for another first down run.
That time we did get in a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9, but it was a read play. The play before, Brenton Paul and Sean Goldman were both reading it together. If that defender would have got up on him tight, he would have tried to run by him down the field. The defender dropped off. So Brenton Paul ran about 6 yards, turned around. Jean already had the ball in the air. As soon as he caught it, he was able to get upfield before the defender could react back and make a tackle.
2nd down and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Prairieville 33-yard line. Check that 32-yard line. Goldman from the shotgun hands it off to Kerner. Kerner to the 30-yard line will be brought down at the Prairieville 29. It'll be 3rd down now for the Yellow Jackets. So you'll probably see a few more 3rd downs now here. Coach Beard with a 44-7 score is not going to be taking long shots down to the end zone.
Right. We're still running the offense. I mean, we still have what we have, but it is a lot more runs mixed in. We hadn't taken any deep shots here this half, but we are on a nice time-consuming drive at this moment.
5:25 left here in the third quarter. 44-7 Yellow Jackets with the lead. Here's a handoff to Kerner. Kerner to the 25-yard line, and he will be brought down at the Prairieville 24 to make it another Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Visit Big Mike's website and check them out on Facebook for everything going on. That is Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill.
And as we mentioned, it would take an epic second half for Prairieville to come back. Well, if you could go on a long time consuming drive here, chop off a good 7 minutes or so, which we're on pace to do right now, and then, of course, finish with points on top of that, you really go ahead and hammer that nail into the coffin.
From the 24-yard line now of Prairieville, it'll be a handoff again to Tanner Kerner. Gets to the 20-yard line, to the 15, to 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Tanner Kerner, 24-yard touchdown strike.
That was the Tanner Kerner drive. He was working hard on that one, and was looks like a flag, so don't mark that one down yet. Holding somewhere. I don't see the flag on the field, but they are bringing it back, so going to wipe that one off the board. Looks like somebody a receiver maybe. It was out there by the number. The flag was dropped. I didn't see it when it happened, but I just saw the refs.
I never even saw the flag.
Yeah. I think he dropped it right on the number 20, and it was hard to see it out there camouflaged in the yellow highlight on the numbers.
All right, so it will be a holding call against the Yellow Jackets that will back them up with 4:50 left here in the third quarter. It'll be Goldman from the shotgun. Ball at the Prairieville 34-yard line. Hands it off to Kerner. Kerner is going to be wrapped up, brought down for about a yard gain. Going to be likely to be a short second half
but
here.
Keeping that clock rolling.
Yep.
So, yep.
What do you think? What do you think the outside people from this stadium and when they see this score are going to be thinking?
Just if anybody's been paying attention to what the Jacket offense has been doing lately, and then look, we mentioned before, don't forget about the defense. They're second in the league in scoring defense and only giving up 7 points through 2.5 quarters so far tonight. They're doing a very good job as well.
On second down and 19, it will be Goldman from the shotgun. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Kerner. Kerner coming to the right side and will be brought down at the Prairieville 29-yard line. As always, come to you on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you give it a like and subscribe. It is on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Great to have you all along here with us. And week 8, so 2 more weeks of the regular season. Mitch, it'll be at Walker next week, maybe. And to finish up the regular season here against Sandoval for week 10.
I'll tell you what, you want to take care of business at Walker and set up a really big showdown in week 10 with Sandoval.
Here is Goldman on third down now, going to throw it. He is going to have Trey Seals on the far sideline, and he will be pushed out of bounds, waiting to see where the spot is. It is going to be enough for a first down. That's a Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Happy hour, 3 to 7 weekdays and all day on Sunday. That is Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill. That was actually Brenton Paul, not Trey Seals.
I thought it was Trey Seals.
I thought it was too, but looks like...
No, it was. It was Trey Seals.
Okay, it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. He's got the gold, gloves on. But that was him out there, spotted up got him dropping back deep in his own defense. And so Jean just takes his little check down route about 5 or 6 yards from the line of scrimmage and with plenty of room to run.
Here is Goldman. We'll hand it off again to Kerner. Kerner at the 10-yard line will be tackled just shy of the 5. It'll be second down now for the Yellow Jackets.
I think Tanner's going to get a couple of shots here to get this ball in the end zone. He's worked really hard on this drive. About 80% of this drive, 90% has been Tanner Kerner runs, and we've been marching down the field. Had a touchdown run, we thought, called back for a holding, and so Tanner's got a couple more shots to punch this one in.
It'll be second down for the Yellow Jackets. Ball will be at the 7-yard line of Prairieville. Will be Goldman. Hands it off to Kerner off the left side and tries to find some space but is unable to, and he will be brought down back at the 7-yard line again.
A little bit of a tough spot just watching that play develop. That's part of our RPO look. Trey Seals could run a pass route up on the left if Jean decided to pull it and throw it to him, but being this spot in the game, not really wanting to throw the ball on second down, we handed it off. So Trey Seals wasn't out there blocking. He was running a pass route, so the defender was able to sit in the hole and stop Tanner Kerner from getting any more yards.
Going to be third down and 7 for the Yellow Jackets. 3rd and 6 from the 7-yard line. Here is Goldman, fakes the handoff, going to look to throw now, throws it towards the end zone, and it is going to be caught for a touchdown. With the reception is Sean, another Goldman to Goldman. That's their third of the night, and Yellow Jackets have busted this one open.
Just a long, unlike we haven't had many of those tonight, but a long time consuming drive. Finish it off with a touchdown. Going to put the Jackets up, as old Barry Switzer used to say, with half 100 on the scoreboard.
It will be Bravo coming on to attempt the extra point. Here's a snap, the hold, the kick is up. It is through the uprights. Extra point is good. 51-7. Denham Springs over Prairieville. Back after this on Yellow Jackets football.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
It will be Denham Springs to kick it off from the 40. Herrera will put a boot into it. Squib kick up the middle. We filled it. Well, I say filled it. Now it's going to be back at the 25-yard line, but that will bring us to yet another, guess what? Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance scoring drive for Auto, Home, and Life. It's Brandy Robertson State Farm Insurance. Team members include Amanda Cook, Justin Summerall, Janet Goins, Brittany Watkins, and Katie Switzer. Visit betterwithbrandy.net.
That was an 8-minute, 41-second length of drive for the Yellow Jackets. We finished it off with a John Goldman to Sean Goldman 7-yard touchdown pass, and with a minute 40 left in the third quarter, the Yellow Jackets take a 51-7 lead, and that has triggered the running clock.
Engage the running clock. Here is that it is going to be Kelly will get the pass caught. It is at the 35-yard line. Prairieville to their own 36-yard line on the reception for the Hurricanes. I believe, is that 15? That's going to be Jace Harrelson. My mistake.
Yep. And tackled by senior safety Lucas Gillen.
Clock will continue to run here. As mentioned, running clock now in effect. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Kelly from the shotgun will get the snap. Hands it off to Wallace. Wallace up the middle across the 40, tackle shy of the 45-yard line. Going to be second down now for the Hurricanes, but that should do it for third quarter action here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Clock will run down. We will head to the fourth. It is Denham Springs 51, Prairieville 7. Back after this, it is, well, I think they're going to, nope. Now it is halftime. No, not halftime. What the hell?
The third quarter.
Into the third quarter. 51-7. We're back after this. Yellow Jackets.
Springs High School football broadcast on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Danny Pauline with 5-Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Performance Collision Center, Sport Clips, BJ Pawn and Gun, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, and L. King Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Welcome back in at Yellow Jackets football. End of the third quarter. It ends with Denham Springs leading 51-7 over Prairieville. All right, Mitch, we got to stay focused here. We got another quarter. It's going to be running clock, but.
And I was watching a while ago. I was trying to stay focused, and Braylon Hawkins, sophomore safety, came in, made that tackle. I was a little late getting the name, though.
Here is second down now for the Hurricanes. They will throw it. It will go out of bounds. Intended receiver was Chance Jackson, and be third down now for Prairieville.
You got to bring up a third, but like we mentioned, running clock, so it's going to keep moving. This fourth quarter is going to roll by here pretty quickly. A couple of Jackets in there. Defense, senior linebacker Carlos Gonzalez is in the game right now. See Jeremiah Ardoin, senior nose guard.
Will be third down now, 3rd and 4. It is going to be Kelly keeping it himself across midfield to the Denham Springs 40 and will be tackled shy of the Yellow Jacket 35-yard line. But Skylar Kelly not looking at the scoreboard and continuing to play tough.
Made a big run right there. Riley Johnson, a sophomore cornerback, came in from the outside to make that touchdown save and tackle.
Going to be first down for the Hurricanes. Ball will be at the Yellow Jacket 38-yard line.
You was talking earlier. We were looking at PowerPoints and all. Where exactly is Prairieville right now in the power ratings?
Yep, I'll get that for you in just one moment. Here is Kelly. Pressure coming, but he's going to step up, throws it. It is going to be incomplete at the 20-yard line. So let me go through my notes here. Mitch, you've got...
Because they are right on the edge of power of getting in. We got in last year with a 4-6 record.
Prairieville is 18.
They're 18. They're well within it right now. But, of course, they can have a loss here. They still have to play Santamall, I think.
Next week they're at Santamall, and then they are out of district St. Thomas Aquinas.
St. Thomas Aquinas. So maybe they got a good chance right there. They may already be in, but
on second down, it will be faking a handoff for Kelly. He's going to take a shot towards the end zone, and it is going to be incomplete. Overshot the receiver there. So, as we kind of take a look at the district standings real quick there on your screen, Denham Springs is now going to pop up into that tie with East Ascension at 3-1. East Ascension obviously out of district play here tonight. And then, what's happening in the rest of the score. We'll get to these final scores here when we can. But power rating-wise, Denham Springs again at 10, followed by East Ascension at 14, Dutchtown at 17, Prairieville is at 18, Santamall at 20, and Santamall kind of got to be the surprise right now in their lack of what they're being able to do because they were kind of the favorites going into it.
I really was pulling for them last week against EA because we would still have a chance to play Santamall and put a loss on them. I'll talk about it here after this play.
Third down now, Green going to keep it himself.
But Santamall was trailing by 7 and had the ball at about the 20-yard line. As the time is running out, they completed a pass down to inside the 5 and got the ball spiked with like 1 second left. So the last play of the game, they score a touchdown and then decide to go for 2 in the win. And they ran the old Philly special. The quarterback was open in the end zone,
wide open,
and it just went off his hands. He wasn't able to bring it in, or they would have gotten that win.
On fourth down, it will be Kelly. Will go for it. Rolls out of the pocket, throwing it downfield. Wide open receiver at the goal line and in for the touchdown. That is Hudson Detman, and Prairieville will strike.
Prairieville keep fighting, like you mentioned a while ago. Still working and trying to get something positive out of this game before they go into their next week's matchup with Santamall.
Yep, that will be at the pit for the Hurricanes. What do we got here?
Surprising right there.
Okay, Live Oak up 45-41 on Santamall. Let's go Eagles. Prairieville going to go for 2. Throws it to the end zone. Going to be incomplete, and it will be 2-point conversion, no good. So 8:07 left here in the fourth quarter. We're back after this timeout on Yellow Jackets football.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Hebert, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Onside kick
Kick up.
1 second here. Let me get. I don't know what.
And all the buttons over here. We're muting. We're unmuting.
Okay, now
the running clock's got to stone off. I tell you that is a pet peeve of mine though. That clock. I don't mind running clock during the series, but they score a touchdown and then we just keep the clock running in the time that it takes to go from one end of the field to go set up for a kickoff for another. I mean, you could run it during the possession, but you don't have to just, hey, nobody's doing anything. We're just running 2.5 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I told a referee in my last junior high game, I'm going to let him go up in the stands and tell those parents of all the kids on the sideline that didn't get in the game because we're just running the clock for no reason here.
It is going to be Dylan Johnson checking in at quarterback for the Yellow Jackets.
Not much running room for Caden Milligan on that play.
Milligan got it, but yeah, not much at all. But we'll be back to the original line of scrimmage as the clock runs with 5:53 left here in the fourth quarter. It is Denham Springs 51, Prairieville 13.
But I had a junior high squad of 62 kids, and they run the clock, in the second half. But it's like even after a touchdown, it's going to kill 2.5 minutes of walking the ball down the field and line up for a kickoff. I'm like trying to get some of these kids in the game. They want to play too,
Will be Dylan Johnson on 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Yellow Jackets are their own 47. Johnson will get it. We'll hand it off. That is going to be Caden Milligan, who gets across midfield into Prairieville territory at the 49-yard line.
Good look at a lot of these younger Yellow Jacket offensive linemen, a couple younger receivers out there. Get a look out there outside. I tell you what, I watch a lot of the JV games as well. And Aiden Davis, number 15, lined up down here to the bottom of the screen, I believe, on this next play. He's a big, tall kid, and he's got about 4 or 5 touchdowns in JV games. He just goes downfield and jumps up over top of the other guys. About like Trades Green for LSU. Like, he's just a bigger guy than the other ones, and he's made a lot of catches in those JV games.
Going to be 3rd down for the Yellow Jackets from the Prairieville 49-yard line. Johnson will get the snap. We've got a whistle to blow this one dead.
Delay a game.
Oh, delay a game. Got it. Well, Mitch, I think this one is really going to – I think we're surprised by this one, but this scores – this was second week in a row where you had the team sitting at the top of the district. This week it was Prairieville tied with East Ascension, and you knocked Dutchtown off in convincing fashion, and this one is more than convincing fashion.
Been a very good run for the Jackets the last few weeks.
Yep, last month has been incredible. 3rd down and 11 from the 46-yard line of Prairieville now. Denham Springs back to their own 46.
We're gonna get a Luke Wilson sighting, maybe. So he's gonna get the punt today. He ain't got one yet. No punt attempts.
well, he'll be practicing on the field after
the game.
Yeah.
He didn't get enough live action tonight. He's gonna stay late, get a few extra kicks. Looks like we're going with the JV punt team right here. Don't want any unnecessary risk taken with your first punt unit out there on the field in a game that's over at this point.
Braden Lennox will be the punter now. First varsity action for him in the season.
Not true. He's playing linebacker on the last drive.
Well, I'm sorry.
And he almost broke up that pass on that extra point. So
here is the punt. It is going to be touched by Prairieville. A flag comes out, so we'll wait to see what this one is, and we'll wait to see who has recovered it.
It looked like that might have been Lucas Gillen down there for the Jackets to recover the ball.
Is it Yellow Jacket ball?
He's not the one running off with it. That's 87's running off with the football. And we'll see what the flag's going to be. Was that a block in the back maybe going downfield? Yes. Well, that's great. Number 87. We don't have 87 on the roster.
It's because they don't have it because they weren't expecting the black jerseys to be, yeah. Oh, yeah, 87 is actually blank on the roster. That's great.
But 87 ran off with the football.
He did.
But that is going to be Yellow Jacket ball after the muff punt.
And the clock runs for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yep.
We'll probably run a couple running plays or maybe even just take a knee at this point. We'll see. Probably a couple running plays right here with your backup unit in.
Say hello to Michael Early.
Michael Early's here again?
No, he's in the he's in the chat.
He's a loyal listener.
He is.
He wants to hear us talk about his 103-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Okay, well, tell us more. It is going to be Dylan Johnson in at quarterback now. After it is all said and done, it'll be from the Prairieville 27-yard line. Here is a snap. We'll hand it off to Caden Milligan. Milligan to the 15-yard line, and we'll get inside the 15.
Speaking of the chat, I was talking to somebody, over the weekend or something, and they mentioned Tyler Curtis is another former Yellow Jacket player that's always in the chat and keeping up with the Yellow Jackets. Tyler Curtis played offensive line here while I was coaching here at Denham Springs High School, and he's always following along and keeping up with how the Jackets are doing.
We got a loyal listener up in Montana as well, Joe from Montana.
Just Joe.
Just Joe from Montana.
But it's not Joe Montana.
It is not Joe Montana.
San Francisco 49ers quarterback.
I thought I was being punked for a while. It turns out I was not. Under a minute left here in the fourth quarter. It is Denham Springs 51, Prairieville 13. Johnson from the shotgun will get the snap, hands it off to Milligan. Milligan to the 20-yard line will be brought down about the 15, but that will be a late Big Mike Sports Bar and Grill Jackets first down. Check out the Denham Springs Sports Hall of Fame at Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill. 30 seconds left here in the fourth.
And that's going to be the final right there, but a very impressive showing for the Yellow Jackets. Got to get ready to go on the road next week. We had a few games back here at home getting comfortable, but get back on the road with Walker next week.
All right, that is a Yellow Jackets win, and that makes it a Bank Plus win, and you can win by visiting Bank Plus for all of your personal and business financial needs. That's Bank Plus, 822 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. Also sends us to the Ralph Siller Chevrolet postgame show. Ralph Siller Chevrolet just over the Amy River in Baton Rouge. It is Ralph Siller Chevrolet, located at 15015 Florida Boulevard, and is open for your automotive needs, ready to serve you at a Chevrolet location familiar to you for over 40 years. Parts manager at Ralph Siller Chevrolet is Jim McChristian, a proud supporter of the Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. Come visit Ralph Siller Chevrolet. The final here from Yellow Jackets Stadium, Denham Springs 51, Prairieville 13. Back after this, it's Yellow Jackets football.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Triton Outpatient Clinic, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, Todd Caruso, Attorney at Law, Duke's Seafood and Steakhouse, Modad 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Forest Grove Plantation, and Billy Leach Professional Title Company. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Your local sporting goods store is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Sportin' Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Sportin' Center, more than just a sports store.
Sunshine Cleaners is a family-owned dry cleaning business that has operated in the greater Baton Rouge area since 1995. Let Sunshine Cleaners' knowledgeable, professional, and friendly staff take care of your dry cleaning and laundry needs. Whether you drop off or they pick up at your home or office, Sunshine Cleaners makes it easy and convenient. Sunshine Cleaners, Railroad Avenue in Denham Springs, with locations at Walker and Baton Rouge. Visit sunshinecleaners.net.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Jacob Neal, a nurse practitioner at North Oaks Urgent Care. When you're not feeling your best, whether it's an illness, injury, or something in between, you shouldn't have to wait to feel better. That's why we're here for you every day from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 4 convenient locations. Walk-ins are always welcome, or you can save time by reserving your spot online at northoaks.org/urgent care. We're here to provide expert care right when you need it.
North Oaks Health System, improving lives every time, every touch.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care in Central, Safe Voyage Tattoo, Use Safe and Lock, District Court Judge Brian Abels, Mashan and Associates General Contractors, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, and Coconut Willie's Daiquiris. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Welcome back in to the Ralph Sellers Chevrolet postgame show. It is Denham Springs 51, Prairieville 13. Denham Springs now 6-2 on the season. That improves them to 3-1 in district play. Drops Prairieville to now 4-4 on their season and gets them to 3-2 in district play. So Yellow Jackets again. You had the team that was top of the district. It was 42-24 last week over Dutchtown. Now you drop, how'd you say it earlier? Half a hundred, and get a 51-13 win here over Prairieville. And, I texted you last night and I said, just watching the film of their game last week and Coach Beard kind of said it in the Sports Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, if we can make them have to start throwing the ball, they're going to be so out of sync of what they're doing. And that's what they try to do. Last week, what was so big with Dutchtown is they had Dutchtown behind the stick so often. And that was a big part of that one.
And that's our defense has been able to step up. And last week against Dutchtown played really well. Like you said, kept Dutchtown in some long yardage situations. Tonight, just the offense was so quick and so sharp and getting points on the board quickly. And then all it took was a couple of stops. And next thing you know, we're up, 3-4 scores by that point. And then really put Prairieville, who doesn't want to get in the shootout. They want to be able to, I think you were mentioning how slow they might play between plays, how much time they might take, try to work the clock, keep it close. But we were scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, and then that was really pushing pressure on them to make them try and force the ball down the field as well, and they just weren't able to keep up. But that's a good ball club. It was much better than what they were last year, in the very first year, of course. And here in year two, we were talking about them possibly maybe being already in the playoffs, but they play Santa Maula next week and then finish up with St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas Aquinas is probably a game they can win in that week 10. And so, for them to make the playoffs in 5A football in their second year of existence of the school is a heck of a job by that coaching staff over there.
It is. And, we had talked about it earlier, too, that how ahead of schedule they are right now. They won 2 games last year. They've already doubled that this year with 4, and they still, what happens down the stretch for them. I think they're at Santa Maula next week, and, Santa Maula kind of seems to be taking their losses earlier, kind of hard, maybe just not getting their things going the way they thought. And again, we talked about them being the favorite, and I think anyone would have said with Cooper Babin coming back for his senior's year that was really expected to be the team to kind of win the district.
It looks like Santa Maula's still playing pretty well on offense, but defense giving up a ton of points. I think last week with EA was it 49-48? I mean, it was a big scoring game. Right now with Live Oak, they're coming down the stretch, and it's about 45-42 or so last we saw in that game. A lot of points being put up there. So just interesting to see. But, of course, Santa Maula's a couple weeks away for us, so can't get to looking at that one too much right now. Just know that we handled business tonight, did a good job. One thing we want to make sure we try to get a handle on. You can't really do anything about it, but just hope some of these injuries. We missed a starter on the offensive line tonight. Hope we get some good news about him. This weekend he's going to get it checked out, and hopefully he can be back next week, or if not next week, the week after. Max Hars did a really good job of filling in. You wouldn't have noticed it if we didn't mention it. The offensive line played really well tonight, and just want to try and keep these guys healthy, and so we can be at full speed. Because right now at full speed, these guys are really starting to find a good rhythm.
All right, we're going to take a time out here. But before we do, I will say it is Live Oak 52, Santa Mall 48. 7 minutes left in that one. Thank you, Mr. Robert Graves, for that. 51-13, Yellow Jackets with the win here over Prairieville. We will be back with more after this on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show.
4 decades, Smith Accounting is celebrating its 40th anniversary. With Randy Smith, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income taxes, business taxes, and bookkeeping. Smith Accounting Services, 227 East Railroad, Denham Springs. Celebrating 40 years of service, count on it at Smith Accounting Services.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by BJ Pawn and Gun, Mr. Gaddy's Pizza, Liberty Auto Sales, Cypress Pharmacy and Gift Shop, Burning Lotus Tattoo of Denham Springs, and Quality Furniture Restoration. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price. Because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amite.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amite Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic located at 145 Aspen Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Baton Rouge KOA Campground in Denham Springs, the law office of IVL Graham Family Specialists, Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales, Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Pony Up Restoration is now open at the Old Dave's Hardware. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show 51-13. Yellow Jackets with the win over the Prairieville Hurricanes and another dominating fashion here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. They will have to hit the road to face Walker next week. That will be on a Thursday night game. We'll be with you at 6 o'clock maybe. We'll get to that later. Anyways, we plan to be with you at 6 o'clock for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. So another Thursday night game. You know, Mitch, last year Thursday night games were like a kryptonite for us. We could not play well on Thursday night. They have been nothing but fantastic this year. So let's try to keep that going. You know, Mitch,
we learned the lessons from last year and applied it here. Also, something we've seemed to have learned that it took many years for a Coach Beard team to figure out at Denham Springs High School how to start fast. I think we have solved that because this team here has been scoring touchdowns on the opening drive, I think, pretty much the last 3 weeks in a row for sure. But I think last week was 14-0 before you could even get down to your seat good. Did it once again tonight. Would take the ball right down the field and go score, and that was a big thing. Coach Beard would want to try and get us to start faster for a couple of years now. Just hasn't happened, and I think we've solved that issue.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is also the we had talked about this too, but you may have missed this, that his parents didn't come in until after the Live Oak game. The last 2 years they've come in for the Live Oak game, and we have not played so well on that. This time they came in for Dutchtown last week in Prairieville. So I told Coach Beard, I was like, I think we found something here. They can watch from Birmingham at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you like and subscribe. You watch it there, and then come in for the games after that, however it may be. So that's how we're going to do that one. But Mitch just did a little math there in the break. 197 points now for the Yellow Jackets over this last 4-game stretch. That's averaging about 49 points per game. So pretty impressive there. But you know what? You talk about offense so much, who gets left out in that usually is the defensive guys. And, Caden Allen started off tonight here for the Yellow Jackets with being the leading tackler with 57. He picked up 58 immediately off the bat there. But this defense, we need to give them some love because what they're doing right now is really impressive.
They are, and I think really when I look at this defense, the two spots I look right off the bat, Debo Scott, Devin Mack, our two senior defensive ends, and it's hard for them to rack up a lot of stats because we run a 3-4 defensive front, which means that they're taking on blockers most of the time, and they're not always like the contained guy setting the edge. They're taking on tackles and guards sometimes, double teams, and trying to get in the backfield. But even with that, both of them have combined for 12 sacks. They got 6 sacks each on the year. We almost had another one tonight with Devin Mack, and the quarterback just fell forward to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't get a sack on that one. But also, Devin Mack, I believe, has another tackles for loss, 10 total tackles for losses. Those two guys have really stepped it up and done a really good job, and they take on those blockers, and it opens it up for Caden Allen, as you mentioned, or Cedric Polk, our senior inside linebacker, who's right there, third on the team, I believe, in tackles, and did a very good job tonight chasing down the quarterback. Skyler is a very good quarterback, very fast, and Cedric Polk was able to help run him down several times tonight. So that defense has been strong. In the secondary, you've seen steady improvement all season long. If you go back to that Central game, and they just kept throwing deep ball after deep ball after deep ball, and that's how they were able to come out and get that win. Tonight we saw 3 consecutive plays with deep balls, and a great job by Dylan Thomas and Jaden Washington switching it up, making the stops. Quentin Clay now has 3 interceptions, I believe, on the year. He had 2 last week, so he's got 3 in district play.
Who
He's
had
also
the 2
done a really
at
good
East
job.
Ascension? Was that
Quentin? It was
okay, that's Quentin Clay. That's right. Yeah.
So I guess he probably had 1 last week. He had 2 at East Ascension, 1 last week, and had a big hit here tonight too. Also on a tackle. Yeah, got word the ref was the last play of the first half with a big hit coming downfield to make a hit as well. So Quentin Clay blocking kicks. He's blocked an extra point against Central. He blocked a punt tonight. To help set up a short field. The Jackets get the ball at midfield right there. So the secondary also is doing a really good job, and just that steady improvement for the defense. And as you mentioned, in district games, we're second in the district in points allowed. I can't see how we're going to lose any ground on that because only giving up 13 tonight, and really 6 of those came with the backup unit in the game. So, really, really good job by Stephen Prescott, our first-year defensive coordinator. Good job by his unit of showing that progression throughout the year and getting better.
I want to give a lot of credit to this defensive line, and we talked about some of their stats there. But, beginning of the season, they were getting pushed around a little bit. I know Coach Beard was really upset after the East Ascension game. He was like, I think they just kind of manhandled us. And he was like, that's supposed to be our nasty guys up front. Since then, you kind of saw them kind of gain a little confidence against Southern Lab, and then from there, they've just kept this thing going. And another thing that Coach Beard mentioned that I kind of started to keep an eye on is what David Cubitt does at that nose guard position, and just really getting that center out of position and kind of blowing him up right off the line. And that does allow, as you had kind of said there, for Devo and Devin to crash in on the edge. But then you have Cedric Colt shooting that gap. I mean, there's just so many things that this defense is doing right now that if they keep this up, like when you start getting down the stretch here with 2 weeks left and when you go to the playoffs, you're going to need defense to step up.
You're going to have to make those stops, and Coach Beard is a defensive guy, and he said it in the past and all, like he would love to win ball games 10-7, 14-10, something like that, but that just might not be in the makeup of this team, especially with the way the offense has been playing. We might need to win games 28-24 or 35-31, and in that case, you need the defense just to make a few key stops and a few key errors, maybe force a turnover, get a big play, a big sack to put a team in from 2nd and 9, put them back at 3rd and 16, and help you get off the field. And that's what they have definitely done here in district play since that East Ascension game, and the sky's the limit right now on what this team can do with the improvement they have shown, starting back from the Jamboree to where we are now.
All right, we will take a timeout. When we come back, we will continue to roll on here in the elongated Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show as we got to running clock there in the second half. We won't complain about running clock in the second half ever because it was a very dominating performance here by the Yellow Jackets. 51-13 the final, Yellow Jackets over the Prairieville Hurricanes. Stay with us. We're back with more after this on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
4 decades, Smith Accounting is celebrating its 40th anniversary. With Randy Smith, along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income taxes, business taxes, and bookkeeping. Smith Accounting Services, 227 East Railroad, Denham Springs. Celebrating 40 years of service, count on it at Smith Accounting Services.
The tradition continues. The Whistle Stop has been serving Denham Springs for years, and they're still doing that, but are now locally owned by former Jackets Brandon and Courtney Rishu. The Whistle Stop has the same friendly staff, the great coffee and French cuisine, and wonderful service. And don't worry, Brandon owns the joint, but he won't be cooking up any of the delectable cuisine or brewing the coffee. He'll let the professionals handle that, as they have for years at the Whistle Stop, East Railroad Avenue in the heart of Denham Springs.
Your local sporting goods store is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. And Sportin' Center is more than just athletics, offering services for businesses and organizations. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, laser engraving, and large format printing. They can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs with personal, one-on-one customer service. Serving Livingston Parish for close to 50 years. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range Avenue. Sportin' Center, more than just a sports store.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amite.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Family Wellness and Healthcare of Louisiana, El King Company, Performance Collision Center, Denny Pauline with 5-Star Printing, Horace Wilkinson State Farm Insurance, Sport Clips, and Dr. Brandon Wax with the Eye Center of Denham Springs. We thank you so much for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in to the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show. Mitch, we called it. There you see it on screen there if you're watching at DS Jacket Vision that Luke Wilson is out there getting some punts in. You know, what he had one on the night and then...
None. He didn't punt.
I thought he had the one.
It was late in the game, and a backup punter punted that one.
I thought he had one late in the. I mean, in the third. No, okay.
No, we didn't. But
I thought he had one.
Getting help with his snapper right here too. So you can't just stand there and punt it. You got to get a snap first. So.
All right, 51-13, the final here. Trying to get our bearings back as Yellow Jackets again now 6-2 on the year, and last year, Mitch, it was 6-4 regular season, so you're guaranteed that at this point, but that is not going to be in anyone's vocabulary for the Yellow Jackets right now. I mean, the way this team is playing, the way this offense is clicking, special teams, I mean, everything.
Can I stop you for a
yeah,
second?
sure.
What was the record last year? Was it
6-4?
5-5.
We were 6-4 going into the playoffs and lost, and we ended up 6-5 with that overtime loss at West Washita.
Okay.
Shouldn't have lost to Live Oak. Don't get me started. All right, that was the one. The one this year, we don't really have one. I didn't particularly like the East Ascension game, but they outplayed us. I'll give them that. Central, they put in the transfer from the transfer portal and bomb.com, whatever. Here we are.
Think anybody from Central still watching?
Probably not. Probably so. Yeah, I bet there's one somebody watching.
They monitor to see if we're still talking about their transfers or.
Yeah, no. Well, oh yeah, the Central Wildcats, not the Alexandria Wildcats, but just looking at the power rankings again, when I was looking at it today, Yellow Jackets at the 10 seed, they would host the 23 seed. So if it started today, it would have been Slidell coming to Denham Springs.
We got the 4 teams with the bye, right?
Yep. Still 1 through 4 get the bye. So then it would be the 23 seed come, because it would be from 5 down to 28. So we would have the 23 seed, but then you're matched up with the 7 seed in the second round, and then you would go down to the 2 seed in the quarterfinals if it works out that way. But if the Yellow Jackets, you talked about getting to that 8 seed, if they can get to that 8 seed or even the 9 seed, I mean, you're right there with it. And depending on where your travel would have to be.
There's a big difference in 8 and 9 because. Yes. If you win your first round game, if you're the 8 seed, you're going to be home the second round game.
And that's
if you're
no matter
the 9
what.
seed, if you win your first round game, you're
you
traveling
to
your
8,
second round. Yeah, so likely to travel. But.
Yeah, and then if you're on that side of the bracket, you're matched up with a 1 seed in the quarterfinals. I mean, as the saying goes, to win a state championship, you're going to have to beat the best teams anyway. But if you can get round 1 and 2 at home, you feel really good about that, and then. What this Yellow Jackets team has showed is that the road doesn't really bother them this year. Obviously, you had the one at EA Central, you lost here, but at Hammond, opening game at Hammond, you fall behind there a little bit. Not fall behind, but kind of didn't get the start that you were looking for there. You overcome that and have a nice win there. But I think just from whatever happened, and I've talked to Coach Beard about this, we've talked about it here, whatever happened at East Ascension. Lit and a fire under this team. A spark has ignited, and it is. I mean, it is a full blown flame right now.
I keep bringing up old references. I've talked about an '80s football coach, and I've talked about a '90s basketball game. Well, here's one from early 2000s. So Nick Saban always talked about that 2003 national championship team.
Rat poison.
They lost to Florida. LSU was sitting about 5-0, 6-0 in the season, and lost a game in the middle of the year to Florida. And he said, had they not lost that game, he don't think they would have made the improvements and gotten better they needed to be to get to where they'd win that national championship at the end of the year when they beat Oklahoma in the Superdome. And maybe that's what the Yellow Jackets needed, and we can respond to that loss with East Ascension the same way that LSU responded to that loss to Florida, and really learn how to lock in and focus at practice and understand what needs to be done, and how to trust your teammates and how to trust your coaches and your game planning and your game prep throughout the week to get ready, because whatever did happen in that East Ascension game, ever since then, these guys have been playing great. Both sides of the football have been getting it done, and we just like to see that kind of keep continuing on as we finish out the next couple of weeks of the regular season.
And Coach Beard does not wear a hat anymore since then, because after that, he said, again, and I thought the reference was so funny. He was like, I didn't wear a hat at the Southern Lab game, and it was my hats off to those 12 guys who stood up for their teammates and did what he felt they had to do to defend their teammates and their team and their school. So he was, he's like, how did he say it? Man consequences for man, whatever it was. He said, man actions, man consequences. Basically, like we'll take our licks here. But I just thought it was like the hats off, and since then he said, I don't think I'll put it back on. So
yeah, what happened that incident, like. We took our punishment. We didn't get lawsuits out and try to sue the LHSA and do all that. Like, they've got a job to do. They came with what their result was and their punishments for it. We took our punishment, went out the next week, and the guys stepped up. The players that were had to fill in those roles, and they did what they needed to do. The Jackets got a win in that next ball game, and ever since that moment forward, whether that helped bond the team together and just get a little bit closer unit that you want to have out there, whatever the case has been, they had just played really well since that point. And as you said, but we're averaging 49.5 points a game since that moment.
197 points in the last 4 games. Unbelievable. We're going to take our final timeout. When we come back, we will wrap it up here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Denham Springs 51, Prairieville 13. Back with more after this on the Ralph Seller Chevrolet postgame show.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 40 TVs. Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekend. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Aspen Square, Denham, or delivery through DoorDash or Grubhub.
Your local tree service in Denham Springs is Louisiana Tree Pro. Louisiana Tree Pro is a licensed and insured arborist. Louisiana Tree Pro is the only company in the parish that has a saw head, so they can remove trees by remote, making the job safer and more efficient. Louisiana Tree Pro specializes in emergency removal of trees on homes, and they're experienced with billing insurance companies. And Louisiana Tree Pro offers free quotes. Denham Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro. Visit treeprola.com.
You know, Demco is more than just an electric company. We're your local member-owned co-op, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Our not-for-profit structure means that we can invest in youth programs that empower the next generation to grow, lead, and make a difference. It's all part of our mission to strengthen our communities and create a brighter future for all. Demco, powering life and community. That's the cooperative difference.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Bank Plus, together with Zelle, makes it easy to send money straight from your smartphone to friends, family, the yard guy, babysitters, or millions of others with access to Zelle. So yeah, pretty much anyone. And of course, they can all send you money too. Settle that dinner tab with Zelle. It's free, fast, and secure. And right in the Bank Plus mobile app. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC. Zelle is available to United States bank account holders only. Terms and conditions apply.
Denham Springs High School football broadcasts on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please subscribe. Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the net at johnfineproductions.com are brought to you in part by Forest Grove Plantation, Liberty Auto Sales, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, Triton Outpatient Clinic, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, Modad One Individual Sewage Treatment System, and Duke Seafood and Steakhouse. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Welcome back in to the Ralph Sellers let's try that again. Welcome back into the Ralph Sellers Chevrolet postgame show. You see how easy that one was? I don't know what was going on the first one. I don't know. Anyway, 51-13, the final here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. Yellow Jackets over the Prairieville Hurricanes. Denham Springs now 6-2 overall. They are 3-1 in district play. Drops Prairieville to 4-4 overall, and Prairieville now 3-2 in district play. And I think we've just about covered everything we can here, but man, you know, this offense is just something that we've been around this for a long time. I've been around some other teams that had high flying offenses. What we've seen over this last month It's just I think it'll probably end up being somewhat historical in the record books of Denham Springs over a 4-game stretch. I know Mr. Robert Graves hears me say that, and he's going to go and start crunching some numbers, so we always appreciate that. And, man, and thanks, Mr. Robert Graves, for his scoreboard ticker up there. That is really cool. We've had people reach out to us on that, say how neat it is that he keeps up with that. And by Saturday morning, he has the next week already ready. He's on top of it.
And it's really going to pay off as you get to the last 2 weeks of the season, because we do have to do a little bit of scoreboard watching. If we went out, we can be a district champion. It doesn't matter if EA wins out or not. We could be co-champions at least. If we went out, they have a loss in district. They lost to Prairieville, the team we played tonight. And if we went out, we would both have one loss if they went out and we do. But then if they did lose a game to somebody, and they do have to play Dutchtown, I believe, and not Lobbitt Walker, maybe Dutchtown and Walker's who EA has left.
So EA is at Dutchtown next week. Dutchtown, we'll pull for Dutchtown on that one, and then they finish up the last week.
If they lose one of those 2 games and we win out, we would be district champions by ourselves. Wouldn't have to share that with anyone. So, but end of the day, we can't control what happens in other games. We can only control what we do, and that doesn't change anything for our playoff seeding or playoff bracket or anything like that. Those PowerPoints is going to place us where we need to be. So we just got to get back on track and focus on our job for next week. Walker is a team that we played in the Jamboree early in the year, and they quite honestly haven't played great this season. They've, haven't racked up a bunch of wins, but they know they've got a chance against a Livingston Parish rival. Denham and Walker's always a big game, and they're going to come out and be ready to play. That they might be playing that spoiler role, and they want to come out and put something out there and have a great game near the end of their season. And so we got to be ready for that. We can't get out there and sleepwalk, do anything.
No, you cannot. And I think that'll probably be the challenge that this coaching staff gives this team this week is like, you do not sleep on this team. They're a parish rival. They want to come in here and beat you. And for Walker, with the season they're having, I mean, what better way, as you were just saying there, to end your season in a sense, to come out here and play spoiler for the Yellow Jackets, which will be at Walker in front of their home crowd. They're going to be giving it their all. I mean,
for example, as we mentioned last year, like we were the team not having a great season at the time, and Walker came in here and was playing really well, and then we knocked them off, and we took the fight right there to them. And so I know they're going to try and reverse that this year, and they're going to try and knock us off. So we got to make sure that we're back on track at practice, just like we were for this week, and like we were for the week before, and get our minds right and ready for the next game.
Well, 2 programs that are next door to each other, that are great neighbors with each other, and the 2 head coaches, Coach Mahaffey over at Walker and Coach Beard, are really close and good friends there. So, it's just any time. I mean, Live Oak rivalry, the Walker rivalry, they're always just so much fun because you just feel that intensity that comes with them. So we are looking forward to next week. Of course, we will be with you at 6 o'clock for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up from Walker High School. Hope you can join us for that. And Mitch, I would say to close it out here with some final thoughts, but we've covered it all, and I don't know what more you can say. We're running out of words.
I've gotten about every thought out of my head tonight, I believe. So.
Yes, and then a little bit extra. So, but again, thank you all for joining us as always. It's been so much fun all season long having you with us, especially on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision there. The chat has just gotten so lively this year, and it's just fun to the talking back and forth in it. That's fun amongst people who I graduated this year. My son graduated this year. People watching from California to Nashville to Montana. Just all over the place. Just really neat. But of course, we're always on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com as well. That will do it for us here from Yellow Jacket Stadium. 51-13. Yellow Jackets with the win. They will go to Walker next week with a 6-2 record and 2-1. Check that 3-1 in District 5-5A play. All right, for Lamine Figueroa back at the studio, for Chris Ledoux, for Darren Ferrente, for John Fine, for Mitch Covington, for Christine Pappas, I'm Josh Ward saying good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Denham Springs High School football on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube. Please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. Josh Ward on play-by-play with Mitch Covington on color commentary. Producer Darren Ferrante. DS Jacket Vision camera operator Chris Ledoux. And station engineer Lamine Figueroa. Denham Springs High School football broadcasts are a John Fine production.